All right. Let's get. Hey, just getting the guys on. I know, right? Okay. There he is.
Well, hello.
Now I just need to get.
How we go? Hey, there's only like 2.5 more weeks to like football, like high school football.
Dang. You ready?
Oh my gosh. There's this young man here in town. He's going into his senior year. Shout him out, Miles Johnson. Y'all check him out. Look him up. He actually was committed to Alabama. He actually just decommitted and he committed to Florida. He's running back and he's linebacker. And he missed all last year from a torn ACL. And he was recruited from Alabama and Florida and all these other colleges after his sophomore year. This dude's about to go off at T.R. Miller, Miles Johnson. So, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that young man. He's just so humble. I love football, but I like good people just winning. And
it's always better when it's like really awesome people playing,
Yes. Yeah, it's just amazing young man.
Get Bruce on here. Mr. Thomas, I know that it says that you were watching, but for some strange reason it hasn't given me the option to add you. You might need to send a request to come on, because every time I try to add you, it's being weird.
What's up, guys?
Bruce,
what up, man?
What's happening?
What you got going on?
Man, I'm on vacation, but I'm still at work.
Well, I don't know what to say, if you enjoying it or I don't know. I don't know what to say for that.
I'm so sorry right now.
I'd rather be at work.
Ooh, if your wife's tuning in right now, boy, you better get the couch ready. Get your blanket. Get your blanket. Bruce, come on up, man. Come on up. Oh man.
Shoot.
No, you doing a lot of stuff around the house or what?
Yeah, man. I've been just cutting grass and getting stuff together. I got some guys finna try to come over and finish my patio tomorrow. Got the lumber out there waiting on them, so just a lot of stuff, man. I'll be going out of town this weekend trying to get all that together.
Ooh, going anywhere special?
What's up, Ken? Yeah, we going to Louisiana Monroe for like an ATV ride. So I hadn't really been out on one this year. So
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken Robinson, I apologize. You don't know it, but inside I was like, this mother sucker. I saw he said, "What's up, Miss Amanda and Mr. Bruce?" And I was like, "What about you?" And I scrolled up and I see that he commented. So I apologize for jumping to assumptions, Ken. But my boy, Ken, man, Ken, hey, congratulations on the baby, man. Those baby pictures.
Yeah. New boy, you start, boy. Look here, I don't want to see no more of them. Man, I got all mine grown.
I know I was about to
Ken
say,
just starting now. Dog. Yeah, what's up, Adam?
trying to get Mr. Thomas on here. For some strange reason, it's not registering him like at all. Let me see here.
Caleb, what's been going on? Caleb, what you been doing over there, man? You ain't called me or nothing. Guess I ain't got no
Mr.
time. You ain't got
Calling
no time up
himself
in there somewhere or
on.
You're
something.
on vacation. I haven't heard from you at all. You've been talking about coming to lunch for a year. The day that Bruce comes for lunch, I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna show where we went.
Man,
Because it's gonna
look,
be an
I was
amazing
trying to
moment that
wait.
I want to remember forever.
Hey, hold up. I was trying to wait, man, till my vet comes so we can take a stroll too. You know what I mean? Till my vet get finished so we can take a
Man,
stroll, man.
all right, real talk. Your Corvette's a never-ending project, man. I love it, and I can't wait for it
Man,
to be done. I'm gonna see you in
man.
2030, my man. Like, Lord, jeez.
Come on, man.
It's gonna be the baddest vet on the block, man. Hey, Bruce, but you're
Oh
getting done
man.
right. Of course, I'm just picking because it's
Yeah,
one thing after another, but it's upgrade and it's. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to make
yeah,
it ride, man.
yeah, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah, I want to jump on
it's
65 with you, man. Like, shoot, I'll be in the passenger seat. Like, you, hey, let's cruise, man.
that's right.
Yes. But hey, while we're waiting to get him on, I know people, tuned in to, hear some dog talk, things like that. So let's talk dog. While we're getting old Kazon Thomas in, Sin City
Oh,
Bullies, trying to get him into what?
okay, here, let me see if he's, some strange reason it said that he's, well, let's see if it'll let me send him, but I mean, you guys keep talking while I figure this out.
We were talking. She got excited. She said, "Ooh, Amanda wearing a dress tonight and everything. Normally she got like a cheap shirt on. Lord Jesus. What is that, a dress or
It's
a?
a dress. What are you doing?
Okay. Normally it's the Chiefs. You're repping the team. The Chiefs coming up. Hey, if they
Mhm.
three-peat, that's a dynasty right there. Yeah. What happened to Bruce?
I'm not sure. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see here.
All right, Ken, I love the question. Let's go ahead and really kind of jump into the questions until we get them on, Bruce and Kazon. But he said, well,
Oh, here he is. Okay,
pause.
let's see here.
Hold
And
on, Ken.
then,
I like the question. We'll get to it. Let's see if they can jump on too.
yeah, I think he was able to,
Here we go.
and then I got Bruce heading back
Oh,
in.
perfect. Both of them. There we go.
Kazon.
Yes.
Ooh.
How everybody doing?
Okay, sorry, it didn't want to let you on, sir. I'm sorry about that. For some strange reason, it was being a pain in the tuchus.
What's going on,
Sorry.
man? Appreciate you joining us, man.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
Yeah.
being here.
Yes, it's an honor to sit down and talk to you, man. I've watched your program for many years. I'm sure all the viewers as well. Man, you've
Appreciate
definitely
it.
perfected a craft and a look, man. So just praise to you before we even start.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So usually how we like to start out is for anybody that is unfamiliar with you or your work, we like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. Start with obviously your name, followed by your kennel or any other businesses that you have, and then what got you started into Bullies in the first place. Take it away.
Well, first of all, my name is Kazon. My name is Kazon Thomas. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm the creator and only participant in Sin City Bullies. What got me into dogs? I've been loving dogs since junior high school, as I can remember. I used to have pit bulls back in those days. Then I moved over to Bullies, I want to say, back in 2006. 2006 is when I bought my first two bullies. 2006, yeah.
Yeah. Who was the first two bullies you got?
The first two bullies I had, I bought them here from a local guy here in Las Vegas. It was a big old blue and white boy. His name was Chopper, and I had a blue girl named Diva. That was back in 06.
All right.
Blood.
Oh,
Did you breed those together? And did that? Okay. All right.
I, no, man, I never got a chance to see the light with those dogs.
oh,
The big boy got out. The big boy got out and just got away. I searched the pound. I searched high and low in Las Vegas. Couldn't find him. The girl I found. The girl I found. And so when I was looking around to start trying to when I started looking around back in 06, no, 05 to be exact. It was 05. It wasn't 06. It was 05. When I started looking around in 05 to try to find another bully, I came across a kennel call. Shoot, God dang, man, that was so long
oh
ago.
my
We're talking damn near
God.
20 years. We're talking damn near 20 years. Damn, I can't remember that guy's name. I still have the
20
paperwork,
years, at
though.
least it's got breakfast. Like,
Yeah, I still have the paperwork to that dog to actually be true. I still have the paperwork. But that dog got away, too. That dog got away. So I stayed away. I stayed away from the dogs for about 3 years. Then I got back heavy into it in 08. No, about 2 years. Then I got back heavy into 08. And then that's when I was onto the XB dogs, the extreme bullies from Eddie
Oh yeah.
Lore.
Yeah.
I was into it. And I was going crazy back then. And, you know, I didn't really know nothing about pairing. I didn't know nothing about line breeding. I didn't know nothing about matching. I just liked that look of dogs from, and I like the Muggerstons dogs, too. I love the Muggerstons dogs. So I was like, whatever I seen, didn't know shit about them. I'm be honest with you. I just seen, and this is when you can get first picks back then for like 4,000 and 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was like I was buying up first picks everywhere.
yeah.
I think back then I was into the dogs for over like 30 some thousand, and didn't know what the hell. Yeah, no lie. This was back in like '08,
Yeah.
y'all. By '08, '09, I was into them dogs for like over about 30,000. Didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just wanted the dog. I like that dog. I like that dog. Give me the dog. Give me the dog. That's how I was doing back then. But you know, it's different because it's like when people come to me and ask to buy a dog for me, it's like I school them. I school them. What you trying to look for? What you trying to breed? What you trying to produce? And then I would tell them, okay, this dog or this breed might do that. And now I tell them you could possibly line breed it with this dog, and you'll get that. You know, back then they were just taking your money. They ain't, you know,
Yeah.
they wasn't lacing your boots on none of this stuff. You know,
Right.
and it took me a while. I think I bought all XB dogs, and the dogs. I mean, the kennel I was getting them from was Gatekeepers Kennels. Van, he a good dude, real good dude. Van Basham. He used to have Gatekeepers Kennels. And so I was buying every time he did a litter, and I seen the dog. I want that dog. I want that dog. And I bought Destiny. I had bought Destiny from Darrell King. Well, it was sold to me by Cat, but it was Darrell King's breeding, and he was going through a divorce at the time. So Cat was like selling his puppies for him, and that's where I bought Destiny from. Still didn't know what I had. Still didn't know what I was doing. I had tried like 3 times to breed Destiny. AI. Mind you, I wasn't progesterone testing. I ain't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I was just buying those dogs. I was just buying those dogs and trying to pair those dogs. That's all I was doing. I didn't know too much about, because I'm from the old school. You just like let the dogs, when they come and can breed, you know, you let them out and you go, they hit. But it's like that big old boy I had got from Van, hideous, big blue boy. He was stupid as all I get out. He wasn't trying to tie with nothing. At least nothing that I was trying to make happen. So I think I tried to breed Hideous and Destiny 3 times. It would never work. Never work. So it's like I'm like, damn, man. So it just wasn't clicking for me. Then it got to a point, I think it was like 2009, 2010. I was like, man, forget these dogs. I was just leaving them backyard, walk them and feed them out. Yeah, I'm serious. And then I had seen a litter of tries that Cat had by Destiny's sister. And Cave, was it Caveman?
I think so.
Or was it Caribou Lou? No, I think it was Caribou Lou and Destiny's sister, right?
Mhm.
And it produced like 4 or 5 thick ass tries. So I hit Cat. I said, how much for those tries? And she was like, well, they start at 4,000. And this is like 4th pick. You ain't back then. 4th picks was like 2,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she said, these start at 4,000. So I'm like, damn. Okay. Then she hit me back. She had hit me back, and she said, you still got that dog from Diva, the blue girl? I said, yeah. You talking about Destiny? She was like, yeah. And she said, well, shit, she's a tri carrier. If you want to try to get some tries, you can breed her to Caveman, because I got a stud credit on them, and you can give me a puppy back. So, you know, with the history that I had with Destiny,
Yes.
I said, man, I don't think this. I don't think this dog can get pregnant. I was honest. I said, I don't think this dog can get pregnant, man. I didn't try to breed her 3 times. Ain't shit happened. And she said, oh, let's just try one more time. Let's try. She said, how did you try? I said, AI. She said, let's try surgical. So I said, okay, fine. I drove all the way to Riverside from Las Vegas to Butch Coast, right? And as soon as I took Destiny at the car, Kat was like, God damn, do you want to sell her? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, no lie. I said, yeah, I sell her. And she was like, I'm serious, right? And my girl was like, no, don't sell her.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I tried to greet her 3 times. I don't think she can get pregnant.
Yeah.
And so Kat started taking pictures of it, and then she said, hold on. So she went to her car, and she came back with a sandwich bag full of hundreds. She said, I'll give you 10K for this bitch right now. I said, man, I should take her, man. I said, I should take her. I really want to take that 10 grand. I said, damn. And my girl kept telling me, no, don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck. So I said, okay, well, let's just go ahead and try to do the breeding. Let's do a surgical and we'll see. So long story short, she ended up getting pregnant by Caveman. 10 puppies. I was happy as hell.
Yeah.
First litter ever. No, for real. First litter ever. Finally got someone on the ground. And I think, to be honest, I made $30,500 to be exact. I said, shit, there go my investment. I put into the dogs. Still didn't know what Destiny was capable of. I did.
Yeah.
I'm still fresh. I'm happy that I had a litter of puppies and they all sold. Okay. Moving forward, Darrell King, the one who sold me Destiny, had Destiny littermate sister Rockstar.
Yeah.
He bred that dog to Adios first. She had 6, but all the puppies died but 1. It was a trial. So I was like, shit, man, let me try my luck and breed Destiny to Adios to see what I got. And that's what made history. That litter right there is what made history for me and Kat. That's what really turned me up. That litter right there. Because that was the Trump litter. When that litter hit the scene, that's when all XL Tribe Bullies just was like on another level. It turned both of us all the way up. All the way up. And it's after that litter.
Hey, real quick. Tell us who the parents of Destiny are so people can understand how the pairings are and what you have.
Destiny came from, I don't know, he's off the scene right now. Tom Croxton from HPP, High Power Pit. He had a dog named Deep. He created Ice Princess and Fudge, man.
There was.
Well, that created Destiny Mama Diva.
Yeah.
And Diva was bred to Gotti Tank. I know everybody's familiar with Gotti Tank. Diva bred to Gotti Tank created Destiny.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Now, Diva, God damn, y'all I'm out here so lost with the pets. Because I want to say inmate to Ice Princess made Diva.
Yeah.
Okay. Diva times Gotti Tank made.
Hey, I'm barely hearing you. I'm barely hearing you. Hey, your volume.
I think your volume kicked out. Oh, now there's a repeat.
Yeah, Kim. Hey, she's bred very, very, very well. That's why I wanted to put emphasis on it, on the importance of female and how.
Hold on. I'm gonna go sit in my car so I can turn the volume up. I'm gonna go sit in the car. Hold on.
Yes, I love it because she played such an impact. Like, man, oh man.
All right, yeah, because we definitely want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. On this incredible.
I mean, you had me at Tank, but I mean, we can keep going.
And you know what? Speaking of that, how he started off, a lot of people don't have to go through that now. You know what I'm saying? It was just a dog game to him. He was just breeding, didn't know how to, put dogs together. That's how I was too. That's how I learned. I didn't know, but I started reading pedigrees, and that's how I started putting dogs together. But now people, can get a mentor, and they don't have to start where he started. He didn't know nothing. He just liked the dogs. You know what I'm saying?
So many. Look at him on the boards. He's spitting nothing but facts, and that's why this is such a. But I'm done talking, Kazon, man. Take it, man. You got to play.
All right, Kazon. So.
Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
we got you.
I'm trying to put it on. Hold on. How about now?
We got you.
We got you.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Diva came from, I think, Ice Princess bred to Inmate. So and then bred, and that created Destiny, and I bred Destiny to Gotti Tank and Diva bred together that made Destiny.
Yeah.
I got Destiny from that breeding right there. That's why you see a lot of my dogs will come with height. and then some of them will be short because the Gotti line tank side with all them short dogs and them bulldogs in there. That's what give me that real wide body stance. But you know, Diva Destiny Mom too was a big old wide bitch too. That was like the first female I ever seen with a 25-inch head. That was back in the
Yeah.
early
Right.
2000s, like 2009, 2010, with a 25-inch
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep.
She was a she was a big old bitch. So that's why I would get size, and then that's why I would get tall. I would get short because I double up on everything. Damn near every breeding I do, I line breed because I be trying to stick with that certain look.
Hmm.
I try to stick right there with that certain look. I don't try to deviate away from it. I done went out a few times, but the dogs always had to have that same structure, that same type of look. You
Yeah.
get what I'm
Right.
saying? So I don't naturally go away from my look. And that's why I try to tell a lot of people when you guys get into this game, find a vision. Find the type of dog that you like. And
Mhm.
if you say, oh, okay, I want to breed this, I want to breed that. Try to stick to the types. Try to stick to the breed type. Don't try to go away to go chase color. And that's one thing I never did. I never ever, even coming up in the game, guys, I never chased color. I never ever would chase color. I was just breeding the dogs I had. Mind you, listen, I started breeding those dogs back in what 2011, 2012.
Mhm.
I didn't get color. I didn't get color. I didn't have my first all color litter until 2021.
What?
No lie,
Yeah.
Dang.
2021.
Wow.
Your
Yeah,
focus was elsewhere.
serious. I'm
Hey,
serious.
hey, Casey,
I was
Casey,
breeding. Go ahead.
I got a question for you right quick. All right. So at first, you didn't care about, breeding, the dog. You just wanted that look. What and how did you start paying attention to your breedings after
It
what was
was
first? Go ahead.
when I started paying attention to the look, man. It took it was Trump. It was a Trump litter. I wanted dogs like Trump. I wanted dogs like Trump. I want that head shape. And I want that chest. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if I would breed Destiny to a Chihuahua, she'll give me that look. No matter, no lie. No matter what dog I bred her to, she gave me the same type of dog.
Yeah.
That dog was so strong with her look to where it's ridiculous. That's why I always try to line breed Destiny. Destiny. That's why when you guys see me post something, I always say 5 times Destiny, 6 times Destiny, 7 times Destiny. It's that look. It's that peg behind that dog that gave me the look. And that's when I really start caring about the look. It's after I bred the Adios and Destiny breeding, then I start trying to care about the look, care about the look, care about the look. I never deviated away from that. And we're talking about that was way back in 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been having that same look since then.
Yeah.
Same look.
I
And,
love the
and, and
fact
you know,
that you are, yeah, giving praise to the female. Like literally, the female is who the accolade belongs to. Because more often than not, like a vast majority of times, it's 2 times this stud or 2 times that stud or
Uh,
whatever the case
oh
may
man,
be. And it's just like the
I've
studs get
been
all the glory, but you have this foundation female that is
Man,
just
that
outlandishly producing.
that dog is the reason why I am a successful dog breeder. That dog Destiny is the reason why I am a successful dog breeder. No lie. Every female that came off of Destiny did the same exact thing. Every female that I kept off Destiny and I bred, you know what I'm saying, to the other like Destiny males or something or Destiny grandson, did the same exact thing. Same exact. And
and it's
now like the
crazy.
great grandkids I have, they're doing the same exact thing.
yeah.
And you know what?
Same exact.
It's crazy. I noticed that. I noticed the consistency. That's why I talk. I reached out a couple times. In your inbox saying, "Man, your dog. I like your dogs." And
Yeah.
man, it just seemed they so consistent. They look like each
Mhm.
other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It,
all
it
of them.
wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I said
Yeah.
he got to be hiding the ugly dogs. He got to be hiding the ugly dogs. I said, man.
They're out there. No.
I said, man,
No, no, man, I
man.
don't. The crazy thing about it, what started happening was I started getting size, and I was like, "Where the hell is this size coming from?" Right? And then that's what made me go back and start studying the pit because, like on Destiny Mama side, there's a lot of size. There's height. You understand me? With that Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
there's a lot of height and there's a lot of width. So that's why also I was getting the height from because when I did the Palace times Bellagio breeding, right? Palace probably go for when she's full, probably 124. Bellagio probably 124 when he full. 126 when he full,
Yeah.
right? But I'm getting dogs 150, 140. I'm like, where the hell is this coming
Yeah.
from? Like I was shocked because I wasn't prepared for that, guys. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I wasn't prepared for it. So I'm like, damn, what in the hell where this size come from? Then I had to go back and start doing some research and study. Then I started noticing, okay, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Win, that little short Merle boy I got. Like
I'm a person.
Win is only one. Win is only 118, but Win has produced my biggest males to date. He's 18 and a half inches, 18 and a half inches, 118 on the heaviest. But you know, he got a 160-pound son. He got several 150-pound sons. You get what I'm saying? And this is coming from every female I breed him to. He producing big ass dogs like that. And
Dang.
he's little, he's short,
That's the
he's
best.
short as hell. He's and it's crazy. You get what I'm saying? Like you would never expect this from him. You would never. And I was thinking that okay, well maybe it was the echelon that was bringing that size in because she come from Eakin.
Yeah.
You know, Eakin's a big old boy, 23 inches, 150 some pounds. So I was thinking it was Eakin. But when he started doing it with other females, I was like, damn, this is crazy. And he do it every litter. It's gonna be at least 150-pound male in there. He do it every litter. And that little old guy. No, but he's line bred. But look, he's line bred 3 times. He got 3 times destiny in him. So it can teeter-totter. He can throw you something real short and he can throw you something real big. Every time.
Now,
Hey, I
Vince had
also
asked you. Oh, go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead, Bruce.
I also heard that you saying that you line breed a lot, and you went back for it like 5 times. You didn't get no kind of genetic defect or nothing like that in your litter at all.
No,
None.
no, because it's some ouch in there. Don't get me wrong, it's some ouch.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
it's a lot. It's a few outs in my dogs. With Palace come from Aries. There's an outs. Win came from some straight BS. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To get into the Merle game,
Yeah.
Win came from a standard slash pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like a 65-pound razor edge chocolate tri female bred to Caesar, which was a Trump son. Then and so I took that what was that? When dad Prodigy was only 80 pounds. I bred him to Palace, got Win and Win brother before he died was like close to 130, but he had height. He was tall. Then Win was short. I repeated the breeding and I only got 2 more males. Both of those males were big. One of them was World. World's 138 pounds and he was 22
Yeah.
inches. And the other brother went to Chicago, I think. He ended up 21 inches, 135 pounds. But this coming from that look at 80-inch dog bred to Palace. You
Yeah.
know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, it's some outs in there. Don't get me wrong, Bruce.
I
It's
got
outs
you.
all up through there.
I
So
got you.
I didn't tie myself to the wall. I was aware of the constant breeding, and then that's
Okay.
when you're gonna start getting the birth defects, so on and so forth. But I haven't had them. I haven't had them.
I got
Yeah.
you.
You
Hey,
get what I'm saying? I mean,
let me ask a question. I'm sure a lot of people are asking that too. When do you know when to out? Because I love the line breeding. I'm the
here's
biggest animal
here's
sport
here's
too.
here's when you know exactly what Bruce just said. You'll know when to go out is when you start getting a lot of king-tails, when you start getting birth defects, when you start seeing hair lips. But hair lips can happen in any litter
Yeah.
though. That's just a lack of calcium. That's a lack of calcium and a lack of zinc. But you'll start getting the birth defects, and you'll start noticing when your dogs, like say for instance, you line bred so tough, you got 2 big dogs, right? Ain't no hell way in hell they should be throwing short, tiny, small dogs. Those are defects.
Yeah.
When your dogs start going backwards, you're too tight. You got to
Yeah.
go out. Whenever your
Gotcha.
dogs start going backwards and shrinking, king tails and a lot of, you know what I'm saying, easty westy shit that you ain't seeing, a lot of
You'll get
swaybacks,
it.
all the stuff is swaybacks.
Yeah.
That's when you know, okay, now I have to do something different.
Yeah.
I have to do something different. You have to bring something else in. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then tie back into your blood.
Yeah.
Well, Adam asked a question earlier dealing with size. He was asking, to the withers, like, what height, like max, would you feel comfortable with breeding? Since you
I don't
have
Oh,
go past
hit
20.
ones that vary.
I don't go past 22. Like I hate anything that's over 22 inches tall. Like Boulder, he's pushing it. I only like Boulder because he got that real wide front. But if he didn't have no
Yeah.
front, I wouldn't. There's no way in hell I would have kept Boulder. I promise you. Because actually, to be honest with you, I tried to sell Boulder. No, I'm serious. I tried to sell Boulder. When he was a puppy. Nobody would buy him, so I just put him up for a while. Then when I brought him back out, now everybody was offering me money. I think the highest offer I ever got for Boulder was 65,000. But that was like, but that was like, but hold on. But that was bullshit because 3 months later, I made 225,000. just off, stud and breeding them. So I'm glad I didn't take that 65. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ways to earn it. It's
So
either
Like you didn't
immediate or through
that
studying and
10,000
creating
from
legacies.
Cat.
So
If you would have took that 10,000 from Cat, Lord,
He would have been shocked if he
I've
would
been
have did
fucked.
that.
you
Y'all wouldn't
got
Yeah,
to tell your
I wouldn't
he
even be on
baby.
sure
y'all.
would have.
Oh,
If I'd have took, if I
but I wouldn't be here.
if I'd have took that 10,000 from Cat, I wouldn't even be on y'all live.
oh,
Oh,
I,
you made
I
it
wouldn't be on
eventually,
y'all live.
right?
but
No.
but I wanted to go back to that because I love that. I love how you're so transparent with how your program's gone and showing the love to the female and the line breeding. I loved it. Music to my ears, man. That's exactly how
Right.
I believe it should happen. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's like this here. If you have a desired look, you have something like, no matter if it's black, blue, lilac, or in between, no matter what. If it has a look that you want, okay, this to be the face of your
yeah.
program. This is the look that's going to be the face of my program. Then you see what's behind that dog and start breeding it. That's your dog. That's your program. This is the representation of you. This is the representation of how you want your dog to be. So naturally, you line breed, line breed, line breed until you perfect that look. Once you got that look heavy into your kennel, into your program, then you can start pulling different things in it. But you got to go back in and start with a vision and say, okay, this is the type of dog I want to bring to the table. And it
Yeah.
all starts with line breeding. And
Yeah.
this is what everybody's doing these days. They'll take the hottest stud they feel is in the game right now, right? Oh, this dog getting the most reps, this dog getting the most clicks, this dog getting the most likes, this dog getting the most love, and they breed to it. And it will do nothing for their program.
Yeah.
Because you guys got to realize every time you scatter breed, it's a guessing game.
It
It's
is
a
a mess.
guessing game. You don't know what gene pool will dominate. You don't know what gene strands will dominate that breeding. You don't know. So it's a guessing game. So when you end up with long faces, you end up with no chest, you end up with skinny, you end up with no rears, you end up with no rib cages, then you end up with a rib cage, you end up with some chest. The whole litter just looked crazy. Because it went everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you scattered it. And people keep doing that, oh, this is gonna be the next best thing since sliced bread. That's bullshit. I'm here to tell you, it's bullshit. No. I don't know nobody, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, that's going to take two dogs and tell you exactly what's going to happen. They're lying. If they're scatter breed, they don't know. They don't know what's going to happen in that litter. They
Yep.
don't. And see, that's why I like to eliminate the guessing game. I can tell you exactly what this litter finna turn out. I can't tell you who's going to be taller, who's going to be shorter, but I'm finna tell you the style of dog you're going to get right now from this breeding. I'm going to tell you right off top. And that's what I try to tell people. Eliminate the guessing game when you're breeding. Breed solely to itself. You know what I'm saying? To get itself. You can't breed this, breed that, or I want color, or I want mass. You can't get mass from a dog that has no chest. You
That's right.
don't know. You don't know if that dog right there might be powerful and just throwing no chest. You don't know. You got to understand what's behind your
Yeah.
dogs in order to create a dog. You got to understand the full dynamic of what that dog does. What is this dog dominant for? Is it dominant for his geno, or is it dominant for his pheno? You got to know. And that takes years of learning that dog and breeding that dog, because it don't come overnight. Like I told you guys, I didn't know Destiny was who she was. It took me like 3 breedings probably to find out who Destiny was.
A
I didn't
legend.
know.
A legend. That's
I didn't.
Learn.
But I didn't know. I didn't know. This is a legend. Listen. Wait, this is a legend that would have never ever seen the light. This is a legend that would never ever seen light, because I pretty much gave up on them dogs. And she was one of the dogs I gave up on.
Man.
And it took me 3 breedings to know, okay, well, goddamn, I see what she does.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see what she does.
Well, speaking of giving up on dogs, our roadmap he gives is that it seems very, very concerned. He's mentioned Eakin a couple times now in the conversation about what happened with Eakin.
Well, Eakin was sold to Trooper Bullies over at Trooper Bullies. He stays here in Las Vegas. He was sold to Trooper Bullies. And see, at the time, um, what are they? Mega Bullies, right?
Yeah.
They wanted Eakin, and they also offered me 50,000 for Boulder too. They offered Eakin. They wanted Eakin, Boulder, or Sunset. They was trying their hardest. I kept saying no. Lynch from Parkland Bullies kept saying no. Triple Bullies sold out. He sold him. He let him go. And when I think he sold out for like 35,000, if I'm not mistaken. He sold Eakin to 35,000 to make a bit Bullies, and that's where he went, and that's where he's at right now.
Up in
Holy cow.
yep.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
They
that's
sold out. But if
Golly.
it was me, like I told them, don't sell the dog, man. You'll make more than that on a breeding. And this is when the game was at the top of its peak and getting money.
right.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? This when the
yeah.
game was at the top of its peak. You can wake up to $20,000 or $30,000 for somebody having a wire in your inbox wanting the first pick with ease. You
Yeah.
know, but you know he didn't listen. He didn't listen. He didn't listen.
Out of
So you know, make a book.
curiosity. Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me.
Oh, I was, I didn't mean to cut you off. But do you do any genetic testing on your dogs at all to kind of maybe get at
I
least a little
have.
bit of an
I
idea of like what
yeah.
they might could throw?
I have done genetic testing on some of the dogs because some of the dogs that might, you understand me, make you question yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go through. I do a lot of genetic testing on them, and some of them I done got hips done on them because it's like I want to know,
Oh yeah.
especially if it's a dog that you say, okay, I want a career with you, so I need to make sure you're straight.
I like it.
You know, because they
I
get
like
to walking crazy, going through a lanky stage that's just some ain't right. So you wait till that dog get to that provable stage to go get them
yeah.
hips checked. You get genetic testing done on them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the embark stuff, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with the embarking because the embarking stuff, that shit and misled so many different people. Also misled me. I mean, I even had a quarrel with that lady who had a win son that told me that her dog was going blind because it had CRD1. I think that's what it is. And you know, if anybody know anything about CRD1, it does not apply to bullies.
BRD4.
It doesn't. Yeah, it does not apply to XL
Yes.
bullies.
Uh,
We
yeah.
talked about that before.
Tell it,
And that
man.
lady,
Tell it. I feel you. Tell it.
went down the pipes, was saying this and saying that, and I got emails from Embark. I got proof to show her that she just will not listen to me. I was like, man, lady, it is what it is. I'm trying to tell you that that shit is not breed relevant for XL bullies. CRD4 is
Why
not.
is it on here?
Process
Yeah.
of take removing it. Have
Yeah,
they?
Yeah.
they were supposed to remove it earlier this year. They said they was removing it early 2024, and I got this from the Embark lady in the email. She said they were supposed to remove CRD4 off the Embark testing. You know,
That's the one thing I don't
Well,
like. I
everybody.
think we just put it for breed specific because they're putting it for that have no impact on the dog, so it creates confusion, like you're talking about. I
right? Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
I
exactly.
mean, and they've added stuff even since then. Like it's stuff that they've been able to isolate over the last, like couple of years. And now that they've been able to isolate it, they just throw it on there. It's part of the panel now. And now it's still not breed relevant stuff. You're sitting there thinking like, this affects poodles. There is no
Right,
poodle in our breed. Like you're gonna have to turn it down
right.
to a dual roar here because now you're freaking people out. I mean, one of my friends actually got like she got her embarks back, and like there was stuff on there that I mean she was super confused. I mean she had to like spend hours researching just to make sure because she almost had a falling apart thinking
yeah.
all of a sudden now her all these so and none of it was breed relevant. So yeah,
Yeah. I'm an advocate for Embark. I love what they provide, but yes, they do
yes,
provide confusion at times if it's not breed relative. So does
it
it
provides
Right.
a light in the tunnel? Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You guarantee that. But yeah, for anybody that's listening, guys, line
Okay.
breed. Don't just breed to a stud because he's popular. Don't just breed to a stud because everybody's on him. And then you got to realize this: when everybody's breeding to a said stud, not everybody's gonna make money off that said stud because said stud puppies are everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
The
You know what I'm
market
saying? Said puppies,
created.
and then especially in today's world, in today's society of breeding, you know how the market has went down a whole lot. You can't just say I'm gonna breed to this dog, and then if it's not really wanted, like why waste your time, effort? Because it takes time and effort to really put together a good breeding. Then it takes time and effort to whelp those puppies, take care of those puppies, market those puppies, promote those puppies, and sell those puppies. That takes time. And if you ain't got that time, if you lack the finesse and backbone is associated with doing that, you shouldn't be breeding. I'm gonna be honest with you because that's what's also tearing the market up. Everybody just throwing puppies out there hoping, oh, I'm gonna get rich. No, it's not that.
That's right.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It's way more than just pairing two dogs. I promise you, it's not that. It's not. Like I told you, I spent over 30 some thousand, but this was back in the days, and it took me 3 years to make $1. Took me over 3 years, but everybody want that shit instantly. This is why you're seeing a lot of people opt out from buying puppies. Now they want adult dogs so they can just breed right away,
Yeah, that's
just to try to make
right.
money right away. You know,
Yep.
everybody want adult dogs. Nobody want to put the time in to raise a dog to see what the dog really consists of, to see if the dog has any defects, to see if the dog
Yeah.
has bad. They ain't putting that time in no more.
Yep.
They ain't putting that time in no more. Everybody just want an adult dog that's already ready made. Oh, let me get right in. No, it don't work like that. And then as soon as they feel like, and then as soon as they see that this ain't what it's really about, now you're seeing dogs on the market for $500, $1,500. Like, man, just pet on them, give them away
Yeah.
before you do shit like that. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
That's not good
see
for the market
what,
either.
and that was done so tough when the pandemic hit and everybody became overnight breeders. Everybody became overnight breeders back in 2021. I think that's the most lucrative year for any breeder to ever get some money. 2021, everybody got that pandemic money, so they was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was going crazy. So then you start seeing everybody popping breedings around 2022. Oh, this ain't what it is. So now you're seeing dogs on the $500, $1,500 market. You understand me?
Yep.
And it's starting to do what? Oversaturate, 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 oversaturate to where it tore the market up.
Yep.
It tore the market up.
Still recovering.
Now,
It's still recovering.
here we are, you know what I'm saying, the suffering market trying to recover. But it's gonna take that filtering process to go in order for, you know what I'm saying, everything relevant to move forward. It has to filter out. It has to filter out because there's so much BS out there to what's ridiculous. And everybody got the next best thing. Just because your friend hyped you up and lied to whoever's lying, you don't have the next best thing. If just you and your friends liking your dog, you don't have the next best thing. If just a few of your Facebook friends is liking your dog, you don't have the
Here we
next best
go.
thing. I used to tell people all the time, in order for you to have a solidified, certified stud, it has to be liked in damn near every state and overseas as well.
Right.
And overseas as well.
They better know
You,
about that your dog in Romania, where they also have very good bullies from what I understand. Like,
you know, I mean, it has to be everywhere. Like I said, you should be able to take a map and put your finger on it. If your dog is hot and certified, like you say, you should take a map and put your finger on it, and somebody over there should be inquiring about your dog. Not trying to tell anybody, you understand me, to choose otherwise. If you got hopes that your dog is the next big thing, promote them, market them, do the right thing by them. You know what I'm saying? Because we can put too much work in this game for it to go backwards. Way too
Yeah.
much work in this game for these overnight people to come in and make this shit go backwards. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
something I don't want to see. And I keep seeing it repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. Then you got the new breeders coming in, and their new breeders and their new breeders, the blind leading the blind. They lying to each other. No, stop it.
yeah.
Y'all lying to each other. Cut this shit out. They're lying to each other. Y'all lying to each other, trying to hype him up to tell him and his friends that this breed, that's bullshit. You're getting ready to get a tri-labrador. That's what you're getting ready to get. I'm gonna be honest with you. That breeding has no breed type. And listen, guys, I'm not on here trying to bash anyone.
No.
I'm not here trying to bash anyone. I try to uplift anybody who
Yeah.
wants it. You get what I'm saying? But when you start lying to each other, or getting on a Facebook post, or getting on a live and start like, you're lying. You're lying. I'm gonna keep it 110% real with you. You're lying. That shit ain't finna go like that. No how, no way possible. If it is, give me proof as to why you think that's finna go like that. What have you did with that dog or with that blood to certify that you finna get that from that breeding? That's all I ask. Can't none of them really do it. It ain't too many people that can tell you what they done, what that litter or that breeding's getting ready to turn out, because they've been scatter breeding for so goddamn long.
Right.
It's not a specific blood that a lot of these breeders, a lot of them, have worked with to say, okay, I know this is going to happen in this
Yeah.
breeding. I know I'm setting out to do this breeding and it's going to produce this.
Yeah.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I'm hands down. A lot of these people promoting these dogs saying, oh, they're bully. That dog skinny and narrow his head with no breed type, long face. That's not a damn bully. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Why? Because I feel I put my work in, you
Yeah.
know? And when I put my work in under singing. I didn't get on this and blast that, and I didn't do none of that, and I still don't get on like that. But sometimes when you see this bullshit that's transpiring, it make you sick to your stomach. It make you say, okay, I got to get on here and say something, because they gonna keep doing it, because it's the blind leading the blind right
Yeah.
now, y'all. It's the
Yeah.
blind leading the blind, and a lot of these people is listening to it. Like, if I got big respect for Bruce, you understand me, and I deal with Bruce heavy, I got big respect for Caleb. No matter what they do, I should be able to put some constructive criticism on them and let them know, listen,
That's
that ain't
right.
right.
That's right.
That's not getting ready to transpire like that.
Yeah.
If I really deal with you. But if I'm just along for the bullshit ass ride, oh yeah, that's gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. You're a damn lie.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah.
And ain't no way in hell you can prove to the bully world that that's really finna look like that.
Yeah.
That's a lie. It really is. And I don't care what they're saying. And I'm being transparent, people. Please understand I'm being transparent. I'm not lying about none of this stuff. I can put a breeding together tomorrow and I can tell you what it's gonna look like.
Yeah.
I promise you I can. I promise you. I can tell you exactly what them puppies gonna look like. I can tell you exactly what they're gonna grow into. Why?
Correct.
Because I've been dealing with this same blood for 12 plus years.
Yep. And
I can tell you what it's gonna look like.
and I was actually having a conversation with someone earlier today about bloodlines. I didn't even think Daryl Thrower. But we were talking about the importance of actually understanding what a bloodline is, and why it's actually important. Not just obviously when creating a breed, but when you're actually trying to reinforce, to perpetuate, a breed, which is, we're still new. We're 20 years in. Stud books are still open. So at this point, it's like, bloodlines are going to be crucial in creating that consistent look, because it's not a number of generations. People get caught up in numbers. It's literally you creating a consistent production that consistently produces exact copies of themselves. And at that point, now you can say you have a bloodline, and that bloodline, just like you said, now I know every single time I breed one of my productions, it will produce itself over and over and over again. And that's what we need, because at this point, all of our dogs just look so different.
Yeah.
So different. And then what gets me is, please, whoever's on this live, you guys listen, there's nothing new under the sun that you can do. So all you guys talking about, I'm gonna take the blood and make it better. That's a damn lie. You can't do nothing that hasn't been done. Nothing under the sun hasn't been done. It's all been done, guys. You can just put your own stamp of approval on it, and and this is another thing I keep hearing. Oh, I want to create my own look. That's fine, that's good. Okay? But you can't do it by scatter breeding every time you breed. It's not happening for you. I just want to take it and do my own thing with it. That's fine, because I want to create this. That's fine. But you're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You keep lying. You keep scatter breeding every time. So how you going to do things your own way? I'm going to wait. How? That just don't happen.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious, because this is what these new people really think. They really think that they're going to put their own spill on things. They're going to put their own look on things, and it's going to turn out different. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Oops.
I'm going to tell you.
Right.
No, honestly, I'm going to tell you. It's not going to turn out to what you think it's going to turn out to be. It's not. It's not happening that way, people. You're wasting your time. And I be trying to save these breeders, these new guys, a lot of wasted time. Like, I'm giving you the answers to the test right now. You don't have to fail. You don't have to do what I did. You don't have to take years and thousands of dollars to get it right. I'm going to tell you how to get it right off top. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to show you how to get it right. You're not going to take years and years and years and then still wonder why.
Yeah.
Because you was doing your own thing. You was doing your own thing. You was gonna make the next best thing, huh? How? No, I'm serious. I'd be like, how? And I hear these people talking, and I'd be like, this is crazy. Is there such thing as kennel blindness, people? Don't be afraid to take constructive criticism, people that from people that has did it before you. People that you see that has really been successful at it. Please take note. You don't have to do what they do, but just take note. Let them teach you how to breed. And that be the problem with today's breeders. They know everything. It's the blind leading the blind. They know every goddamn thing. They don't want to hear nobody. They don't want to listen to nobody. So I be like, it is what it is. I'm tired of preaching to you. I'm tired of talking to you. But then this is the reason why the market has gotten to where it's at now. Because everybody knew what they was doing, right? Okay.
Yeah. And just like you said, it's like earlier, it's about one, being able to take criticism. And that's something that's really, really hard for people to do, I think, because don't get me wrong, I'm a sentimental person. I love my dogs. I think they're beautiful animals, but I'm also going to be the first person to tell you their flaws, what I'm trying to correct, whether or not, I think a pairing is going to be a good idea. When petitioned by, somebody, searching for a stud to outcross, I'll straight up tell them, be like, because it is not going to work well with what I have. And I don't want to be part of the problem. You know what I mean? So if I think it's going to create productions that aren't going to be breed standard, I'm not going to do it. But a lot of people can't get past that because they just love their dog so much, or that's the kind of dog that their vision. And so they become so blind that they're just like, no, I mean, this is where I want to go with it. And so they're not really interested in hearing, your dog is not breed standard. You probably shouldn't breed it to more dogs that are not breed standard, or hey,
Wow, preach, 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 preach. You can't say that in today's world, because these people thinking these dogs that's breed standard keep going to these shows and people keep tagging them with ribbons just because they're the only XL there, or two XLs, and that XL may be the best tri-lab there, so it get first place in show and shit like this. So now they thinking that that tri-lab is breed standard, and they be on these boards talking about, oh, my dog is breed standard, it got this and got that. Man, listen, that judge lied to you. It was only two dogs there, and you had the best tri-lab, so that's why I gave you the best XL bully. Like, come on, keep that shit real. No, for real. And this is what people are really getting beside themselves, because they're going to the shows, and the shows is losing them by telling them that, boom, this is it. They shouldn't be doing that, man. That's not it.
So
That's not it.
I take
I'm
it you're
serious.
a fan of withholding ribbons.
Say it again.
I take it you're a fan of withholding ribbons.
If I listen, I would do it in a heartbeat, because not all those dogs deserve ribbons.
I
Yeah,
agree.
hey, I'm gonna tell
I
you this.
do. I agree. I agree. There's a lot of the idea of rewarding sort of like the best of the worst, and that not ended well a lot of times, and it creates a lot of it almost reinforces people's idea of because basically like a judge's job is to look at the dogs in front of them, compare them each to the breed standard, to their respective breed standard, and pick whichever one resembles it the most, right? Is the closest to its breed standard, right? Because the only reason conformation shows really truly are supposed to exist, and this is with all breed, is because that's breeding stock. Their job is to literally be like, oh, y'all breed Goldens? This one right here. This is the one you need to breed to. This is it. This is the breed standard. This is the best of the best. Breed like this. Breed to this. That's the whole point, like, is showcasing breeding stock to pick the best of the best so that other breeders of that breed know what to breed to.
Well, no, and I like what Kazon's saying, though, too, to interject into go even deeper with it. People need to quit letting the media portray what they believe. So it's Facebook posts, it's backyard breeders, it's people going to shows, it's different things. People are portraying whatever they want. Instead of doing the research, instead of having the right mentor to actually get you in the game the right way, you're looking at what social media is posting. If a hot stud, like you were talking about, Kazon, that, hey, making money. Someone thinks that they're going to make money right off the back. So they're stud that's completely scatterbred, that was a complete phenomenon of that breeding that's not going to throw it consistently at all. And your female has no breed type at all. You got it for $1,000. Now you're trying to get this stud because he's hot, and you're willing to pay this fee and thinking it's going to be in return. Same thing with the show. Some people, hey, like you're talking about, they can put whatever they want on Facebook to show that. And I understand what you're saying with XLs. We need to go more out to shows, and we need to go more for the breed standard of it. I like going because I see dogs. Instead of looking on the internet and just looking at these dogs, I like to see what the breed is going for and then shoot for it on the XL frame. I'm not looking at the XLs. I'm looking at best in show. You know what I mean? Like, so it's, but then I in the line breeding, things like that. And of course, I just want to put my two cents in on all this, but you're absolutely right. Instead of people just buying what they see, they need to really invest into it and find why they're getting into it. Like you were saying, question, why are you doing this breeding? If you can't answer that, then don't do it.
That's
if
right.
you don't have
The
next breeding,
is this breeding wanted? Is they got to make sure that breeding is wanted? Does that breeding add to the XL community, or does it take away? What does it add? No, and that's real true question. What does this breeding add to the XL community?
and what is add to your program to get to that final point that you're trying to get to? Like, what does it add? Like, where's the next piece?
Right.
Every breeding should piece of trying to piece together the next one.
Purposeful. Everything should be purposeful. Yeah.
Do the breeding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I've asked people that when they've, petitioned me for a stud. I'm just like, okay, well, show me your female. What are you wanting to add? What are you trying to correct? What are you trying to enhance? Those are my 3 questions. What are you adding? What are you correcting? What are you enhancing that already is there?
Well,
And there are so many people that can't answer that because they're always like, mass, figurehead, like that. Those and it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, no, I mean like detail, turn to stifle, hips, rear, feet, like give me like real thing, shoulder set, like what are you trying to do? And so many people, they just don't really, it's like, oh, I just like your dog. I'm like, that's not enough.
If you're trying to add heads, but the male and the female off that both have 22-inch heads, that was just a phenomenon that took place. They're not going to throw those genetics of producing that, and that's what I love about your program, Kazon. And that's why I'm saying I could put a breeding together tomorrow. And you're right. I completely 100%. You're one of a handful of people I would sit there and believe that because you can. You understand it. You've seen it. You've created it. But you understand what's behind it and how it's going to produce. The line breeding, there's no guessing game. There's no saying, I hope I get this. No, you should really know what you're getting. Like, you should have a very good understanding of what you're getting. The outcross is you're hoping to get that solidified. You're hoping to add that. So there's a little guessing game, but we have history books. There's, like you said, everything under the sun's been done. Do the research, find out how it's hit before. See how these bloods met.
Yeah. See if there's been other pairings that are similar. Absolutely. COIs, you've got to take COI into account because, I mean, if your dog has a low COI and you're not paying attention, you're not going to get what you want from that breeding. If, the other dog's COI is either extraordinarily high, they're going to dominate that entire litter. Yeah. Or vice versa. Like, you don't realize how high the COI is on your dog. And then, yeah, we just lost him. Here, let me get him. Let me get him back.
I was about to put him on too. I was like, man, I've done way too much talking, and this is his.
Yeah, you and I have that problem where we just talk and talk. It's not, some say it's a gift. I don't know.
Bruce, what was
that? What you said?
I said, what was funny when she said that? You're like,
oh, no, it ain't nothing funny.
I'm just joking. Talker.
But hey, Kazon preaching tonight, man. I'm serious.
Oh.
He's doing that, man.
I know, he came in hot. He came in hot. I'm here for it.
Yeah. What's up, AJ?
Hey, what's up, AJ?
Here, I'm messaging him now, trying to get him back on here.
Adam, I had so many more questions.
I know Adam.
Yeah,
Adam and Matt. They've been asking lots of good questions and everything. And there was a couple I still haven't got to. I'm really sorry, guys. I mean, it's I'm trying to squeeze them in naturally.
Yeah, we was caught up in a moment.
Yes, and why?
Oh yeah, it's so easy
to let y'all know exactly, like Sin City Bullies. Bellagio. Trump. He's talking about these dogs just to show some of the productions that he's had over the years. We haven't really dove into it. Boulder, we kind of, a lot of people know his program over there in Las Vegas. Just the consistency of his program. Look it up, follow him. Man, this guy's been doing it for years. So when he's saying this, he's been doing it. He's learned from experience and being transparent. This is a very, very good live. So I hope we can get him back on.
I know. I keep on trying to see if he's at the scroll.
Kazon, if Amanda was talking too much, I do apologize. Please get
back on. I will punch you in the face, Mr. Clean.
Oh, man.
Mr. Clean's got jokes today. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Stan.
Sometimes he come on up in there.
Yeah. And hit him with the little jab. Yeah,
oh shoot!
Got some jokes. He was asking the hair products I use now, which is.
I know. I saw that. I was like, oh, the magic eraser. That's the one.
Well, Stan, very limited. Oh, just soap at this point.
Man, he fell off the way off, didn't he?
Yeah. Like I don't
You don't
see
see him or
him
nothing?
as
Has he commented or anything?
watching.
Uh, maybe his phone died. I know he walked somewhere to get some reception, so I'm hoping
Right.
we can bring
Right.
him
Yeah.
here.
Maybe he.
I know he has a lot more to say too.
Yeah.
And
I know.
man,
I know. We were on a roll. We were on a roll. Yeah. So I'd sent him a message saying that as soon as he hops back on, it should let me add him again. Because I think it didn't send it in the form of a like you guys request. Like I had to bring him on camera. So it was a request that just immediately popped up when he started watching. So we'll see if he gets a signal again. So I know we had so many more questions.
yeah. Hey, Adam said I don't see him active on Facebook. Yeah, like might dial give it a few minutes. Hey, if anyone's got any questions, this is a great time to ask. Even if it's
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
live with Kazon, as soon as we get him back on, we can dive into those questions. And I know we
Mm-hmm.
were diving into it, and I know Ken said this at the beginning, and Adam, you asked this about the generations of bloodlines. Let's dive into it, while we're waiting on him. It's hard to sit there and say the amount of generations. That question always comes up. I think it's not the amount of generations. I think the most important factor is what is the distinguishing look.
Yeah.
Once that distinguishing look
Consistency.
becomes a distinct thing where I can look at your dog and be like, God, whatever blood, respective blood. That's really when it starts, even the talks of it, becoming a blood or anything like that, like distinguished look. But I think at least 5 to really solidify that look, and then a solidified look after that.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion. 5 minimum, but that distinguishing look is the asterisk.
Ken, what was that question? Which question are you referring to? That we need to make sure we answer.
Man.
In general, or like, was there a specific one? Because I feel guilty, Ken. I'm sorry. Yeah, I definitely agree, Caleb, that I do feel like there's no set number of generations because some people can get it in 4, like get that consistent look because they're really meticulously line breeding. Some can pull it off in 4 generations if they do the research right, they are putting in the work. But sometimes it can take, 7 generations before you create that. Before you create the consistency where literally you could breed it to anything and it's going to produce itself. That is, I think, what would best define a bloodline. Because when you think about it, working dogs, for example, like a bloodline, the reason why people use bloodlines in working breeds is because their work, like what they do, becomes so instinctual within the bloodline because it's so well bred. So literally a lot less training involved in getting them to, actually perform the work. So that takes a lot of line breeding and a lot of, very meticulous selective breeding. So, I mean, we're not there yet because we can't even get one single look. So once we get that, I think we're good. But there are a lot of dogs that are very, very good at producing themselves. And he's got a good program where, noticeably his productions, where they came from.
Yeah.
And that is a massive part of that. So when you look at bloodlines in a breed that's almost pure aesthetic, they're not here to perform any kind of real work. Not something specifically defined anyways, like hounds, retrieving, Nordic, just, they're aesthetic. The look is what you're going for, something that's consistent.
Exactly. So genetics play a factor in that. Of course, that look's going to be passed off onto it. So yeah, again, line breeding is so important with solidifying that look. And hey, I like the comments, Matt. I agree with you. He was saying 5 bare minimum. He believes 6+. Again, I agree with that. The 5 bare minimum, but again, the solidified look. But I would like to see the consistency of it to really qualify that as a blood. So how many generations is going to be in between that? So yeah, there's gray area, but the solidified look, that's the biggest thing, and producing it. Like, I think that's the best answer for a bloodline. That question gets asked all the time, but yeah, it's the look of it.
And hey, when he was saying that, he was doing the eye cross, I would like to know the blood that what he outcrossed with. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
every time he needed to outcross, did he use the same blood or did he go another different way? You know, it's a
Right.
lot of questions that's still on the table, you know, that I would like to ask him to. I like to pick his brain. So, hey,
I know. I know.
man,
Let me see if he's,
And
because it's showing.
and again, people in the comments, please ask so we can ask. You know, as soon as we get into it. You know, man, Kazon, he's an open book. He's going to speak nothing but facts in his mind. I respect
oh
that.
yeah.
So please ask it.
Yeah, and you know what he did? Remember, I mean, he did say something about um, breeding to a dog over, like in Riverside or something like that. And I bought a few dogs from Riverside, California, and it was Gotti blood that
Mhm.
I bought from over there. And back in the day, seems like everybody had the good dogs in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had. You didn't hear nothing about the East Coast. Everything came from the West Coast. Everything.
Yeah.
It's it's crazy.
That's where all the trouble started with you, Casey, anyway.
Yeah. No, hey Bruce, I completely agree with that. And over time, I think it's kind of spread out.
Yeah,
You know, cool seeing these different programs instead of kennels. It's different, but popping up on different parts of the map because it was a lot of heavy West Coast, California specifically, that were dominating specifically the XL class.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of those things where even as the XL has evolved, um, it's I kind of feel like sometimes it's gotten further and further from its origin, and like people like Kazon are the people that are gonna have to kind of they're trying to rein it back in,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of that's tall order right there.
mm-hmm.
No, we definitely need these people. We need these people that have been in it for a long time, solidified
Yeah,
OGs. We're really giving them that title with accolade. The Kazon Thomas, the Bruce Lang, the Antonio McClinney, Terrence, people that really, really that we need to listen to and that understand it, because yes, newer people they can't really talk off of specifics about breedings that have taken place and things like that. I love that people going for things together, but man, the mentor is so important to really know the history books. Like a
Mhm.
lot of mentors
mm-hmm.
history books, they can speak on facts about what they've done, not just what they've heard, and also what they've heard and what they've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So just man, the importance of a mentor. This is what we stand on. Reach one, teach one. And
Yeah.
That's right.
why we
It's the whole reason we're here, guys.
uh,
We're here. We peddle access. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We're peddling access to potential mentors, because these are people that are they've been doing it for a while. They've seen a multitude of different areas within not just dog breeding but handling everything, and like that's what we're trying to provide for everybody is like learn from these people, so that way the mystery kind of some of that gets taken away and you're better prepared to make better decisions.
yeah.
Yeah, and hey, Anthony Allen, he's he messaged me the other day, well, a couple of days ago. I don't know if he's still on, and he said that. Well, he actually sent me a video of a dog that he just got on. And Anthony, if you still on here, um, you know, don't take Kazon as a arrogant person. He's just speaking the truth. Some new breeders, think he's probably being mean or something like that. He's
Yeah.
Right.
not being arrogant. He's speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? He's telling the truth, and that's what the bullet community need to hear. Somebody need to be hard on the new people. You know what I'm saying? And he's really hard on, and that's what we need in the bullet community.
Well, not just hard, just being real.
Yeah,
Like if people are looking
keeping it real.
to
Yeah,
take constructive criticism, the world in general, like we live in a
Yeah.
very, very charming world, but people really need to take constructive criticism so they can better themselves. If I'm giving you criticism it's because I care enough to actually say it. I'm not trying
Oh,
to be,
right.
if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. And that's how Kazon is with the dogs. And that's what I
Yeah.
like about it, because man, I've been a student of him for like a few years, and yeah, he's always stayed true to his program, stayed true to what he
Yeah.
said. And
And,
again,
and I'm honest, man. I done inboxed him a couple times, man, talking about his dogs. And I've never seen, just like I said, all his dogs look the same. They might be taller, some might be a little shorter, but they have that same look.
Yep.
They have the
You
same
know
look.
where they came from.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
No, it's very important, and and again, it's incredibly refreshing to see a program that is literally like their boast and well-earned boast is a female. They're like, no, it literally, it's 2, 3, 4, however many times this female. They're not even stats, whatever. Like, and that's how they can assure you that that's where the look came from, and that's where it's going to continue to produce, is because of
Mhm.
that female. So I really dig that.
yeah. Hey, and hey, Adam had a question, and I always try to get to Adam's questions. Very, very good. He put everyone's questions, but he put this question is for everyone. What do you think about choosing females for your stud versus being open to the public? Bruce, you want to answer? I'll answer. I asked.
Go,
I
go,
expected
go,
someone
go.
to talk. I'll answer it.
What did he say? What was the question
Oh,
now?
my bad. My bad.
He says,
This question is for everyone. What do you think about choosing females for your stud versus being open to the public?
like, basically, instead of just being like, I'll stud out to anybody, it would be my guess. Like you just, basically you'll stud to anybody versus being picky with who you stud out to. Is that more kind of what you're
I
veering towards?
think
That?
Go ahead, go ahead, Caleb.
knowing Adam, that's exactly what he's asking.
Yeah,
And
that's
any
how
of
I read it.
our studs that are open, it's always underwriting, to approve female. And,
Females, yep.
a lot of people sit there and say, well, your stud's gonna, if he's a producer, he's gonna throw a look with every female. Let's be logical. When you say every female, there's some females out there that really, really are not breed stock or anything. So
Right.
if we're talking about bettering the breed and then also leaving a legacy for your boy, and that's leaving a legacy for the bully world and getting it in the right direction. So I don't think, well, personally, none of our dogs are open to everyone. They're open, but it's open to approved females. You got to let me know what female it's going to. Like, there's certain criteria that we really need to discuss before we just sit there and say yes. If someone's just
But
open to the public, just taking in money, that's really just the money funnel, and that's really kind of got into the bully world, to be real.
see, I was just about to say that, but you got people that will breed to anything. As long as the money coming in, as long as they get their stud feet, they don't care, what they breed to. They don't care who they breed to. As long as you got stud money, they don't care.
Yeah.
And we gotta do better in that area too. That's why we still have, all these dogs that's in the world now, in the nation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say flooded, in other words. Flooded.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely. You end up inundating the market with dogs that are not breed standard, and then you're sitting there thinking like, well, this is kind of going in the wrong direction of where we need to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I've already answered that question.
Yeah. And then, hey, Ken put, he said, I'll make sure both dogs are compatible. What one doesn't have, the other has.
Yeah.
Outside my yard, if they can help, I want to do it. And hey, again, yes. And then thinking outside the box, but looking at phenols also. Again, looking at the history books. A lot of these breedings have been done before. So to see what took place and look behind that dog to see what the similarities are and things like that. Because if there's a lot of similarities, well, the breeding is going to be very similar to what took place as well. So yes, do your research on it. But yeah, the pheno's got to match up, geno's got to match up, and make sure the breeding makes sense.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
very very purposeful, very intentional, and like look at other other family members other than just mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. Like, I mean, look at half siblings from other breedings, like see what that blood did with it, just, you got to be willing to do your research in order to make sure that if this is the outcross, but obviously, outcrosses are the ones that are kind of probably
Look at the rest,
more,
look at the rest of the
not
litter.
inconsistent, but the most like there's mystery involved. It's like you really don't know what you're going to get. That helps reduce that mystery, is if you have already seen what it does with other bloods that may be similar, or if those litters have been inconsistent and maybe you're only seeing the best of the best and the rest of them haven't been so good. Like there's a bunch of recessive stuff now that you're kind of like, oh crap, these other dogs have these underbites, from other litters produced by these dogs. Is this going to be something that's recessive? Just because this dog doesn't have one doesn't mean that what it will produce will not. So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Does anyone else got any questions? I know that we've been waiting for a little while. Like, man, Kazon.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all tried to message him?
I have.
Okay.
Is he active at all?
Mm-mm. No, it's been about 15 minutes since it was showing that he was active on Messenger, like shortly after he was cut off. But it's been 15 minutes since he's like been active. It shut off.
Phone
So I'm
must
thinking maybe
have
phone
died.
died. I'm thinking phone died.
Got to be.
If he was active after and now not active now, he's avoiding us. He's not coming back. Amanda, damn it, you ran him off.
It was because of you. There's
Oh,
absolutely, I'm
we was
blaming
digging
you.
too
It
we was
was
digging too
you.
far in the recipe. That's what that was. We was just
yeah,
digging too
I
much.
know. It
Nah,
was
I'm just
Facebook
playing.
shut him down because he was really, really
He was,
sketchy.
yeah, he was giving too much good advice,
Yeah.
sharing too much sauce. Oh no.
Hey Mario, I like this question though. Let's keep this going. Hey, we're reach one, teach one. So however long that you want to ask, we'll limit. But the questions, man, I love them. I love the inboxes, things like that. And if y'all ever want a host or a guest to come on as well, just inbox us, let us know. We love to. This is what we do for y'all. But Mario asked the question, said, "Will market ever go back to normal?"
Yeah, it will. It will. Might take a couple years, but it will. After some of the people that's jumping in just for the money, they gonna soon fade away. They gonna fade out because they think,
They'll figure
what I'm
something
saying,
out.
that money ain't gonna come. That money ain't gonna come
Mhm.
like they think. So it's just gonna take a little while, but it'll get back.
Yeah. It's literally just like you said, the COVID breeders, the
Yeah.
pandemic breeders, like they've got to kind of low key choose whether or not they're gonna continue on, because most of them aren't gonna make it, and they haven't really figured that out yet, but they will.
Yeah.
So at that point, they'll make the decision whether or not they'll see themselves out or they'll continue. And at that juncture, I think that the market might start balancing itself back out.
Yeah, and hey,
Mhm.
world. Look, hey, during COVID, a lot of money was being brought out. Right now, the market is very low. Like, go buy eggs. It's so now recreational money, hobby money, things like that. Like, purchasing a dog, a pet of thousands of dollars is no longer available. But do I think it's going to go back up to a certain degree? Absolutely. Yes. The market sways. A lot of breeders are getting out. Look on Facebook. A lot of breeders getting out every day because of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living's very, very tough. That affects breeding. That affects the output and the input that's being brought in, because now, yes, the market is saturated. But do I think it's going to level itself out? Like Adam said, checks and balances. Everything will level out if you give it time and just.
Yeah.
I've seen people hold off on breedings because there's like the market's crap right now. So they will hold off on a breeding
Yeah.
for that reason and to prevent further saturation. So, I mean, as long as people are going to continue to make good, decisions and either wait for it or stand their ground, if they're going to, go ahead and, fulfill the breeding, they better stick to the pricing that they had set instead of trying to settle for so low. Like, I understand trying to unload like the last puppy for a lower rate. I get it. or obviously, you know, lowering rates for show homes or, you know, something like that. But like when you're, I mean, stick to your guns. Don't lower the price just because that's what you feel like the market will bear. Like sometimes you got to stick to your guns and be willing to hold on to that puppy until, because otherwise you're contributing to why the market's sucking.
Yeah, if you're selling it for a desperation price, you're a desperate breeder. You're doing it for money. I love what AJ put. He put, it's saturated with the watered down look. A American bully is always going to be an American. So
That's right.
if you stay consistent and if you're really breeding for your own self, yes, there needs to be input because the output, there's obviously checks and balances on that too, the checkbook. But you've got to be breeding for your own program and be breeding to better the breed, which is bettering your program because your program's bettering the breed.
Yep.
So I like what he put, though. The watered down look. Again, just stay true to yourself, stay true to your program, and a bull is always going to be a bull.
That's right.
So the people that are really doing it for the breed, like they say, for their program, things like that. And that's why I always say there's very few programs. And that's not a jab. A program is looking at bettering their program, bettering the breed. So they're looking at breedings down the road. You know, they're very, very strategic with this. They're not just pairing dogs together like Kazon was saying. You know, they're looking at why. If you can't answer the question why you're doing this breeding,
Don't do
seek
it.
the next person out and say, hey, what do you think about this breeding? And it's make it make sense is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Make it make sense to better your program, better the breed. And yes, the ones that weren't in it for the right reasons will remove themselves.
Yeah, they'll see themselves out. They'll really have no other choice. And then, you know, you again, just like you said, there's a lot of people that are resetting right now. You know, just for whatever the case may be, whatever reason, whether they feel it's the community, whether they feel it's the market, whatever, you know, like there's people like pretty much rehoming their entire program. And you know, some of these reasons are nothing like that. Sometimes it's incredibly personal and, you know, heart goes out to those people. But sometimes it's the fact they're just like, you know, this is kind of sucking right now. I just really don't feel like dealing with it. And I get it, you know, it's a product of environment. So.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny put, or AJ too, we get another AJ, but he put, I agree, but also think that more, that need more breeders need to evaluate those pups in pet homes, that pups, because quality is and when they are bred and the cycle continues. Absolutely. I can. Those papers should be something that you give at the end of the payment plan should also, payment options and with the papers should be discussed, but the paper should not always be given. That shouldn't be a guarantee. There's pet quality dogs. It's okay to have a nice pet. Like I love seeing a happy dog. So paper should not. Pet homing dogs is a beautiful thing to see because they can go live a happy life with someone that's looking for a pet, and they're not going to breed to continue the path like you were talking about, to continue a trend of why they're not being bred. It's okay to not hit on every breeding. They're not going to hit. Like, you do your homework, things like that, but genetics have a weird way of...
Recessive genes are weird. They're weird. They come out of nowhere, like total left field. So yeah, like it's just, and again, it's, you know, just like you said earlier, Caleb, it's like, you know, you're first and foremost, you breed for you. Like you're trying to develop your program. You're trying to possibly develop a bloodline. And that's going to require exclusivity. Like you're breeding for yourself. So whatever you're not going to use, head home the rest until you get that consistent look, and then you release it to the public. So it's just, you know, yeah, you don't have to sell everything with rights. That's a common misconception. You can still sell puppies for pet home.
Adam,
you know,
Adam, you're right. You can give the papers with home, check in a box. You can.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't either.
But if I'm gonna
The only,
dog, I'm sorry. If we're pet homing, the papers.
Stays.
I
Or we
think
getting a fixed one.
the only reason that anybody would actually need those papers in all reality is if there was some sort of breed-specific legislation in place where they
Got to
live.
be a
Yeah.
If that's the case, then obviously exceptions would be made. There'd be heavy restrictions on what you do. You want to keep up with things. You'd want a spay neuter contract in place before handing over papers and whatnot. But yeah, unless there's breed specific legislation that you need that dog to be excluded from, they don't need papers. They don't. They don't.
And Ken hit it on the head, and I just said that too. He said, if he pet home, he's keeping the paper and getting the
And then
dog
he
fixed.
fixes the dog before he homes it.
And see, that's me. If
Yeah.
you want the papers, you can have the papers. Dog gonna be fixed. You know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, Fred.
What's up, Fred?
We
hey,
lost
y'all want
him to a dead phone, I think. So right now we're just kind of,
Man, we trying to
spitballing.
hang around, see if he gonna come back.
Yeah. Hey, y'all want
I know.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes to charge this phone,
yeah,
but
we can wait 25 minutes. Kazon, man, I don't know what's going on over in Vegas. If there was a light out because the casino, someone hit the jackpot, man. The government. But hey, while we're waiting, y'all want to bring Fred? Fred, hate to put you on the spot, but man, you want to come on and man, talk some dog for a little while? I see that we got some viewers that are still kicking around. And if Kazon comes,
man.
I'll even exit myself and I'll view, like I just want to make sure that we deliver the product that we're really trying to say that we always try to give you, and people still viewing. Let's give y'all.
Fred's game.
Fred,
Come on, that was a rhetorical
game.
question.
That's
You
what
knew
I'm talking
better.
about. Like a
You
game
knew
pit
better.
bull.
Kazon brought it during the 53 minutes and 42 seconds he was on, and I loved every minute of it.
Oh, right.
But
Man.
but yeah, man, let's bring Fred.
Actually, I'm wondering if
Christopher James, man.
so.
Hey,
So I got a question for you guys. So we have a brand new Grand Champion XL owner watching. She just got her Grand Champ, and it's some old school blood. And I figure if she is interested in maybe coming on, that could be kind of a fun discussion because she's also, learning as she goes, and she's got some really impressive things that
absolutely.
she's got kind of in the works. I didn't know.
Fred, if you want to come on too, since I've already
Hey, look.
extended the invite.
No, let Fred come on. Let Fred come on too. I'll just watch y'all. How about that?
Shoot,
All
hey,
right.
It's 100% up to you guys. I know.
Oh, hey,
your
look.
service isn't good right now. Darn.
I'll sit
Okay.
back. Hey, I'll sit back in the cut.
Well, she said that her she's the owner of Grand Champion Leroy. So but she says her service isn't good right now.
oh Lord.
She's driving, so it'll be inconsistent, I think. But yeah, we can we can here. Let's.
If she can,
Come on, man. Bruce,
if she ever get in a stable environment, a stable place, I'll get off and let y'all. I'll look at y'all in the cut.
Oh yeah, I mean that's it, and if not, then we'll have her. We'll have
My
her
man,
do one of the
Fred.
ones coming up here soon. I'll get it in the works.
What's up, Fred B?
How are y'all?
what's
Hey,
up,
man.
Got it, man.
Welcome back.
Appreciate you.
It's good to see y'all.
Yes, man. Hey, real quick before we dive into anything, Christopher James, damn you. I was gonna be the co-MC last show talking about don't get an invite. Back to you. Sorry about that. Hey, Bully the kid.
Hey, he's a
He's
good guy. He's
silent
been
almost
around a
this
long
whole
time.
time.
Yes, he has.
A
Normally,
wealth
like
of knowledge.
Oh yeah.
normally he's like giving us some sort of level of obviously we enjoy it, but he's always giving us zingers and everything. So he's been like relatively quiet. So I forgot, Chris, baby, I forgot you were here. I'm so sorry.
Yes. But
Hey,
Fred,
Christopher, you want to come on, man?
Bruce just wants to get off. Fred, what's going on, man?
Oh, hey, look. I just like to give
I'm
everybody
here.
their
He's
time.
like,
Yeah.
look at the time.
No,
No,
I
I
love
mean,
you.
it's 100% up to you, but if Bully the Kid wants on too.
Who's bully? Who's bully the kid?
Christopher
Christopher
James.
James.
Oh, I let
That's
him. I
his,
let him on. I let
yeah,
him
that's
on.
his alias.
He apparently has stuff he needs to get off his chest. Everyone gets an invite but
Bruce
him.
said
He better have that big mic with him. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to hear him.
that is a complete fake mic that he puts in front of him to make himself.
It is. I wonder if it's actually. Oh, he declined.
He's being a complete dick because we were talking about him. Fred, this is yours, man.
No.
Yeah, Fred.
Oh my goodness! Somebody asked about the next stud. Well, I always keep a few dogs.
Yeah. No, we can't. No, you're mute again now.
Yeah.
Still mute.
There we go.
There it is.
I guess that's
he's
the little
driving.
microphone at the bottom with a line through it means, right? New stud, like we always keep a few dogs, but I mean, you know, not anything. I don't plan on coming out and showing another dog or campaigning another dog until, you know, Dooley's gray in the face. You know, I only keep usually 1 or 2 dogs at a time now. You know, so
Zulu's out, man. Bring him out.
you know. He's enjoying life on the couch. My buddy that keeps him around the corner just had a knee replacement, so they've been spending some quality time.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, nah, and it's one of those things. Like, I think Dooley's dad could have been an awesome show dog. I think his mom's brother could have been an awesome show dog, and I mean, even his mom, I think it would have been good in the show ring. I just don't. I don't see myself competing with females because you know how hard it is and how few and far in between it is. Like for these girls to compete with boys, it's just you know, it's just one of those things where you know. I think the girls. I really think that the girls should have their own best in show, their own best of breed. Even if there's 5 of them or 3 of them, or you know what I mean. I really do.
Yeah.
Just because it's really hard to compete. Look at how rare it is for a girl to win best in show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Right.
But like
it's harder.
it's
Absolutely. And
yeah.
and the thing is you're going to run across some she-males. That's true. And there's some really, impressive grand champion females out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to those best in shows, they're much harder to actually come by for females.
And, yeah. It's tough. And then we talk about like the she-male thing. Like those are the girls that I kind of stay away from too. You know, on average, they're harder to breed. They're just it's reproductive health. I'm not saying all of them, but for the most part, I know that there's a few out there that are she-male-ish and that are producing healthy litters and they're being good mamas and things like that. Those aren't the girls that I'm talking about, but they're like unicorns. You know what I mean? You don't really see it very often. I mean, we see thick girls having nice litters, but I'm talking about like muscled up females that look like the bone, the head, all the things that the testosterone brings.
Also, and fertility.
I don't bring those girls or try to breed those girls really often. So I like the girls to be feminine, and that's just not what's beating the boys and winning best in shows. So yeah, but yeah, it'll be a while till I bring another one out. I'm enjoying my guy right here.
That's okay.
my big
So are we.
piece of
So are we.
Velcro.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Velcro.
Yeah, he's like a big piece.
Mine's just kind of there we go.
Yeah,
Chilling.
look, I think
Being chunky.
I don't know. Let me see. I think I have a light right here or something that I can show you because he's black and there's a black carpet underneath me. So he's like, I'm like, we can't.
That's just camouflage. He doesn't need actual camo. That works just fine. Oh my goodness, he does blend in.
Julie,
He's such
hey, what's up, buddy? Come on,
beautiful.
come on up here. Good boy.
Oh.
Good boy, my boy. Good boy. You want the flashlight?
This or
You want the
like?
flashlight? Flashlight. You want it? No, you can't get that flashlight.
Man.
Yeah, he's here all the time. Hi, I know. I'm sorry I woke you up.
Hey, I love it. And Fred, you made a good point. I actually saw a post today because they were actually talking about, champion class being splits and how many females it takes to actually split the class. I know we're talking about best in show, but we've been talking about the females primarily tonight. So let's dive a little deeper into that. The female to divide the class, 3 champion females.
Yeah.
3 champion females. So really, if you're going to take a champion female, start networking, make sure another female to make sure they can split the class.
Right.
Because I think, like you were saying, Fred, that female should have their own stage. Best in
I think
show
so too.
is another ball game. That's very, very difficult for a female to go against the male just off of, again, testosterone. You know, females have litters, things like that. It takes a toll on them that, you know, males don't have to go through. But yes,
Yeah,
just to touch
and they gotta get through the champion class to get to best of breed and best in show.
Yes.
So, and I mean, we're talking about on average, what do we have? Five dogs in a champion class on average, you know? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's what. And it takes about.
it takes 5.
You said 3, but I think it might be 5.
All the post today was 3.
Yeah, I
But
think, yeah,
Chris
Christopher
James
said
says
it's 5.
5. It's 5. Hey, I appreciate that.
In the ABKC, like I think it was Vanessa's show, like Vanessa down here in San Diego, where they needed like 5, but she has big shows because they're weekend shows, like
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday shows, 2-day shows, and a lot more people show up, you know. So she has bigger classes and champion classes, but like on average, I mean, we have 5, 6 champion dogs in a ring, you know.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get that female split, and I don't know. I think we'd have a lot more girls in the show ring if we had that divide, you know. I mean, at least you'd see my girls out there.
Yeah.
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 No, I know a lot of, you know, people that own females, and that's their biggest struggle is getting past a certain point. Like they can get a champs and everything, but then the grand champ is incredibly difficult, and then getting those best in show accolades is bad.
Yeah. To the top 10 girls, how often they're one in a decade,
Yeah.
one every 1 or 2, you know, a decade, you know. And then we look at those 1 or 2 girls and we're like, where are their offspring? You know, it's few and far in between, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, no, I mean, like I said, I would spend the time training my girls and working with them to do that if it was, you know, I don't want to say it's unfair, but I'm saying if I felt like I had, like we were on a level playing field, you know, with the boys, then,
Yeah.
you know, it would be different. But it's clearly the girls they're not as impressive as the boys, you know, they're not as impressive with the boys. I mean,
Yeah.
a girl has to, you know, these boys out here that are 100 pounds and 27-inch heads, and you know,
These are
and the girl that looks feminine next to him, you know, it's just it's not what they want to see, you know. It's hard. It's hard, but yeah, shout out to the girls that have got there, have held their own against the top males out there, because Miss Brianna, I think Miss Brianna has one of the top females in the country. She did really well at nationals last year, I think. I think it's a 0 daughter, or I think I can't think of it's a fawn female. I cannot. I'm having a brain fart right now because I put myself on the spot. but Brianna has a really nice dog, and she has a lot of pretty dogs. But her female is exceptional.
Yeah.
I think she won the champion class, the female champion class, or grand champion class at nationals last year. Did really, really well.
Yeah.
She kicked butt.
Yeah, there was I saw on somebody's thread, someone was asking if someone had a 0 daughter, and I can't remember who it was. They posted theirs, but there was also somebody who posted a 0 granddaughter, and that girl was a she-male. Like at that point, you're asking her what her stud fee is, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah. They come around every once in a while, but yeah. No, and I love my girls. Don't get me wrong. I love my girls. They're the backbone. Without an awesome girl, I wouldn't have this boy. You know.
Yeah.
His mama was a special dog. I think even more so to me, because I think I told you guys, my mama and my sister raised her. You know.
Yeah.
And she came here to be bred. She was an awesome dog, and that borderline. She was feminine, but she was like still had the muscle, still had the, you know what I mean, all the bully features that we want to see. So, shout out to all the girls doing their things and pushing those big boys out. You know.
For sure. Oh yeah, they're definitely a massive part of breeding program. They're the unsung heroes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and most people, I mean, 9 out of 10 people are going to go and tell you, like, the girls are the backbone of the yard. The girls, like, go and find, you know, how do we get started is the question a lot, right? And go and find yourself an awesome female and get started there. My thing has kind of been a little bit different because I've had the opportunity, like, I know not most do, but like to have world-class boys, and everything kind of revolves around my boys, like Saki and Dooley, you know? So what I did was I went and found nice females off of my favorite boys outside of
There
my
we
yard.
go.
You
I
know,
like.
and when you have a nice boy, you know, you want to bring something, you know, bring something to compliment him. So, like I said, I just found it was went to go find boys that yeah. So when I was out to shows, I wasn't looking at girls. I was looking at all the boys and then going, where are their daughters at? You know,
Yeah.
that are
I
gonna
see what
help
you're
my boy look good
thinking.
too. You
Yeah.
know, so I mean, being honest, you know, that's just what it is. And so really searching for boys that were compatible or could stack, you know, next to my dog and not look out of place. You know, because how many
Yeah.
dogs do you know? How many dogs we can count on a couple of hands? How many dogs can stand next to a zero or a blue or a hangman or you know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Cerberus, like dogs like
Yeah.
that. Like how many dogs can stand next to them? Really, you know?
Other than
So searching
their
out,
sister,
yeah, right,
what's her name? Juno, I
yeah,
think. Their
yeah,
sister's name is Juno.
yeah.
What a
She banged.
what
Oh,
Ooh,
she's
she
rad
banged.
too.
well.
I'm sorry, grand champion Juno.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
banged.
So it's yeah, finding dogs that I guess can stand next to them and going, okay, this is something um that can either elevate or keep me where I'm at. You know, I'm not going to lose or sacrifice anything. Like breeding down, we're kind of playing at our level and trying to play up. You know, um,
Yeah.
so just pushing the envelope a little bit. You know, but I've been, like I said, I've been a little fortunate in that area. Or some people see it as a challenge. You know,
Yeah.
like you have boys and they breed outside. They breed their girls to outside boys to try to build their own boys. And I've just, you know, I was blessed with Saki,
But no, I
definitely.
love that because you know the answer that's so common is start with a female foundation. But you know we're talking about, and I agree with that, starting with the female foundation. But when you
Yeah.
have that stud, you have that stud that you were trying to form off of breeding. I love
Mhm.
it's make females for that stud.
Yeah.
Real, so
Yeah.
show the best of that stud you have.
Yeah.
Females, and I think that's kind of what you're touching on. And correct me if I'm wrong. Like what you've done, like you've had phenomenal males, so you've brought the females in to, you know, fine tune him, and the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. It's kind of a different ball game. You know, it's playing the game backwards, kind of, or left-handed when you're
Yeah,
right-handed. You know, it's a little different. It's a different perspective. You know,
yeah.
and a different way of looking at things. But yeah, man, that's I mean, like I said, blessing and a curse, I guess. Like depending on how you look at
Yeah.
it. You know,
No, I
but
love that because it's not talked about enough. We did the same thing. I
yeah.
preached that females are the foundation because I think that's the easiest to build off of. Get the female. But Fred, you know, with us, we 8 years ago we bought a dog Kane, and it was a male, and so we didn't know what we were doing, but we bred off that. And it's Genesis. We really kind of retuned everything, but now we want to bring females in to complement him to get what we're trying to get to. You know,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
how can we get better? Bring the female
Yeah.
that complements it. We understand the genetics, how much the female pulls, and bring the female that's line bred to really pull the best from him to better our program, better the breed.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
Literally, you're
Um,
breeding females to bring back to him. That's what
yeah.
Yeah.
that I like about your program is you're thinking 2 to 3 steps ahead, um, literally producing the females that she'll eventually be taking back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
him. So
Yeah.
it's definitely.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the process of doing that right now. I don't know. I think I mentioned to you guys before that I bred Dooley to like 3 Saki daughters. And because I didn't want to do it like just one time. I wanted to see, okay, well, that one, see if she produced one way, the other one might produce another way, and the other one's got a different mama than those two. So let's see what really happens and see if there's a pattern that we can see, and we'll make some nice dogs in the meantime, you know? So I did that, and looking at the litters, like I did that all within like a 12-month span, I think.
Oh,
And and so, like looking at the litters a couple years later, I'm going, "Oh my goodness, all these dogs look like Saki dogs." Because I bred Dooley. Dooley's, Dooley's mom is a Saki daughter.
yeah,
So I bred him to his aunts that were not litter mate sisters to his mom, but half sisters, right?
yeah,
And looking at the litter, I go, "Well, I got like 80% like that look like Saki, like they could be Saki pups direct, and the other 20% or so look like they're Dooley kids.
Yeah.
They're clearly Dooley kids." So it kind of, in a sense, like admittedly, it almost regressed, like the litters, because I bred Dooley in such a way where I was trying to fine tune, like Caleb said, Saki, a grand champion. I wanted to improve on the shoulder set. I had like a longer upper thigh. and a little bit of cow hawking that I wanted to kind of straighten up, you know. And I feel like I improved on all those things with Dooley, but when I bred back to the Saki stuff, I got bully beastie dogs, but those shoulder sets are showing up. You know, those shoulder sets are showing up. I started seeing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take that formula. I'm going to breed a Dooley daughter outside, try to get me a boy, and then bring it back to other Dooley daughters. So I'm kind of collecting Dooley daughters right now to try to run the same thing. And maybe I can get 80% Dooley and 20% this Dooley grandson, which might be Zeus, you know? and it wouldn't be, you know, it's going to be a project, but it's, you know,
But worth
I think it's
though,
worth a
right?
shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be absolutely worth it.
101. This is fine to fine tune a fine tune. You fine tuned a grand champion with the grand champion. You're fine tuning a grand champion of a grand champion. Just to
I'm
let
just
everyone
trying to produce now. I'm just trying to produce that consistently. Like I got Saki genetics, Saki look, Saki build, like consistently throughout out of Dooley.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring if I do this, maybe I can get that same consistency out of that grandson. You know what I mean? And get a bunch of this. And there's so that's why I say like I don't plan on bringing out another dog. I'm putting pieces together or building pieces. So in the next 5 or 6, maybe 7 years, I can bring out the whole thing, you know, the finished project, you know.
going to show, because right now you're judging, and to let everyone know the accolades of this man, he's judging USBR, he's judging the USBR, he's a judge of registries, but then also so the artwork that's taking place behind him. So when you tell me I'm bringing a dog out, I want to know what class I want to win, and I'm going to go there because it's going to be fine tuned, because I understand the mindset that you, and it's really
I'm not going to bring it. This dog, like Saki set the standard for me. He set the bar. Dooley just pushed it a little more for me. And like I said, even after Dooley, like after the whole grand champion thing happened real quick, it was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like mission accomplished, you know, but now it's like I have this, you know, this pull to try to do it. Now the next challenge is, okay, can you do it consistently? Can you put 3 or 4 of them in a litter? You know, can you pull 3 or 4 of them? Can you, there's other people that have 4 or 5 grand champions in a litter, you know, a whole litter of grand champions.
there's
so
one
it's
person.
like,
There's one person.
yeah. I've seen other people, you know, have done multiple.
There's a
I know,
couple who've
but I'm
had
saying
like
4 or 5. But I'm just giving accolades to them.
But
I'm not trying to correct you. I'm just
it's still rare enough that when it happens, you're just sitting there like, shit, I quit.
yes.
I mean, I'd rather have the majority of a litter earn grand champion titles than have a top dog.
Yeah.
Personally, and that's nothing against top dog, because I'd love to have a top dog. Like, you know what I mean? I'd love to have a number 1 dog. But as a breeder, I guess, like this is the challenge. You know what I mean? Like this is the challenge for me, and kind of a goal that I've set for myself is to try to reach that consistency.
Yeah.
Looking at other people do it, and I'm like, that's so doable. You know, I've seen it done, but I seen the formula, and I watched the mix, and I watch it happen. I've done it, but just in this sense, now I want to do it with this, you know, with these ingredients, and get this, like, it's like a salad mix, you know, like you got the Asian salad, you got the Caesar salad, you got the garden salad. Yeah. we're gonna try to spice it up a little bit and see what we can get, you know.
Yeah,
but
Fred's over in California. He's making that homemade Italian with a little mix on it.
Sausage in the salad, let's go. You know, like, yeah, you're gonna do it. A little chorizo, you know.
Gotta put that chorizo in there, man.
Yeah. I like it on my pizza. That's how I eat my pizza: chorizo and pepperoni.
Chorizo makes fantastic. Well, everything. It makes it really good.
Yeah.
Like queso.
Yes.
Like,
have you ever put? I know we're getting a little off subject now, and I'm hungry. But you know, like mashed pinto beans.
Yeah.
Chorizo, mashed pinto beans. Try it if you haven't. Put it in a burrito with some. Put it in a burrito with some eggs and cheese and some potatoes. Breakfast burritos.
For real. Yeah.
Shout out my mama.
Chorizo.
Beans. It's chorizo beans. Try it. Thank me later.
Yeah.
You're welcome in advance.
Yeah.
Weddle, if you're watching, please get the recipe and make me one, baby.
Feel free to message my wife later. She can hook up the recipe, you know. But yeah, no, that's you know, I'm trying to make it count, you know, and I really do things like at my own pace, and I like to enjoy my dogs and keep them as pets before anything, you know, because that's really what we want is dogs in our house. You know, we want the companionship and
Yeah.
to have awesome dogs. So
Yes.
to be able to enjoy them, you know, that's just paramount for me, you know. I don't think there's anything like this dog. I complain a lot because I can't brush my teeth without turning around and tripping over him, you know. But
It's
but I
so
love him, you
wonderful.
know. I love him. I wouldn't rather. I wouldn't have it any other way. If it was any dog in the world, I'd be wanting to trip over him. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
he'll try to kill me at least like 2 to 3 times a day, like just by relocating to where I'm at and then laying down.
yeah,
My favorite
yeah,
place, oh, the kitchen. It's so narrow that there's really not a lot of space to kind of avoid him. So he'll wait till I'm doing something at either the stovetop or the sink, and he'll lay directly behind me. So I turn around and I'm like into the other countertop, and I
yeah,
just look at
yeah.
him. It's like, oh, I'm gonna murder you. I love
Yeah.
you.
Sometimes with me, because if he's on the wrong side of me and I'm turning around to go that way and it's a narrow
Mhm.
space, he'll just stop because he's like, "Where are you going?" And he wants to follow me. And then it's like, "Dude, I got to step over you, like to get out of." And he's standing up now, you know. He's like, "Where are we going?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're in the way. Like, move." You know, like,
I was going right there. You
yeah.
were staying right here.
The only thing over there is the living room, bro. Go, like you know where we're going, dog.
Yes.
We're making the same destination, dude. I just don't need you like in between my feet, man. Come
He's
on
like, I'm
now.
just making sure. I know the back door's there. I'm just making sure, you know. Like,
We want to do
oh my
destination, sir.
god.
You tell me.
Yes.
Yeah.
The loyalty
Yeah.
is so much there, especially with the bullies, man. We love the breed. Like the loyalty
Yeah,
is so much
definitely.
there, and just man, I love their temperament. Hey, we got a question, and we also have a viewer, Josh Stanley. So more questions are gonna come. So Josh, hey, welcome to the show. But Adam said, and Fred, you understand what I'm saying here in a minute. Adam put, what is your favorite not or favorite hot sauce?
Hot sauce. He's
Oh,
asking what your favorite hot
I
sauce is.
thought it was favorite not sauce. I wouldn't have asked
No
for
hot
hot
sauce.
sauce.
Not
Hot
sauce.
sauce.
What is that?
Chris,
What is that? Not sauce. What is not sauce?
I don't know.
I'm gonna I'm pretty cultured. I like the sriracha, different types of sriracha.
Yeah.
I'll put sriracha on Mexican food. Don't play with me. Like I just like it, you know. Something about the peppers they make it with, but that's where it's at for me. You know, it's not too like overpowering. Like I like to taste my food with like hot sauce or you know salsa or whatever we're using. You know,
Oh,
but I want to say sriracha and then like roasted pepper salsa.
Oh,
okay,
what you Fred?
yeah.
Ah, my
Believe
God!
that.
Look at it! Look at he got them
Hey,
all. Look, he got the
two
rooster on
trays.
there.
hey, real
Definitely
That's
quick,
got that
right.
hey,
sauce.
Bruce, are you in your bedroom, Bruce? Because if you just brought some
Why is there
sriracha out and you're in your
sriracha?
bedroom,
Nah, he
Am I
ran to the
what?
kitchen. He ran to the kitchen.
Please
Am
say
I
you went to
what?
the kitchen to get the sriracha. Like it wasn't just lingering
that
in
was
the
in his
bedroom.
nightstand.
I, I love some
Otherwise, I
sriracha
think
now.
we're going to have way more questions than we're ready to answer, Bruce.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. Yep. Yeah, but
Oh,
roasted green salsa is dope too. The chili got to be
Yeah.
roasted to give it that flavor.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then it goes in. But was
Yeah,
there
there
another?
was,
I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments, so I can't see the questions.
oh, yeah. No, you're okay. We'll go ahead and give you questions when they come along. I know that one of my favorite things is you have I put sriracha sauce, green cabbage, um, and chicken that's been glazed with chipotle in a little taco. It's delicious. But yeah,
Mm,
boom boom. I mean, that's what sriracha is. I mean, you use it to make boom boom sauce, and that's great on everything.
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
man. Let's see here. Fire roasted habanero is one of my favorites. Oh, not bad, Adam.
Hmm.
Hey, where did Caleb go? Did we lose him? Did he?
Yeah, we lost him. He probably was trying to type.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's Yep, that's probably quite possibly. No,
Oh
he
my
might have got
goodness.
some. But so when you have the like, so as far as like when do you think you're going to have your next breeding again, Fred?
I don't know. I think I might try by the end of the year to have another one. And I think it'll build a nice piece to the puzzle. Um, and it might give me the boy I'm looking for. It'd be an outcross, you know. And I have one kind of as soon as I can. It'll be another. I got another line breeding coming up and an outcross.
Okay.
We'll probably breed. Shout out to my brother Jason LaRue. Hopefully we can work with doing something with Hannah one more time. And
Yeah.
yeah, I want to do something else with Hannah. Do a part two with her, and then her daughter Musubi. We got a real nice outcross lined up for her. And God willing, next summer or something like that. We have an inbred dually daughter that we got something lined up for too. Or
Nice.
it's been in the works and talked about. We don't have it pinned down yet, but we have some
Right.
ideas of what we want to do with her.
Right. You know where you're
Yeah,
going.
because she's an inbred girl. It's crazy because her mama is the product of an outcross. It's dually to some old edge and kind of RBG stuff,
I
and
like
she's and so her the mama, her name's Envy. She's a big girl. She's about as big as Dooley, probably a little wider. She's a big girl. And we inbred her. We bred her back to her dad Dooley, and obviously because of inbreeding and stuff like that, like
yeah.
the girl that I brought back, she's small. She's like 55-pound dog.
Yes.
She's not a
There
big
we
girl. But we expect her with an outcross, with big dogs behind her, with big dogs behind the outcross male, to light some fireworks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Genesis will bring her up.
Yeah. Well, it's a big boy. Yeah.
Shameless
Love you,
plug.
Fred.
Yeah. And I've seen it. You know what's crazy is that Kane, who is Dooley's dad, Kane, who's Dooley's dad, is actually off of a girl who's about 16 and a half, 17 inches and 55 pounds. And I actually bred Kane. It was very experimental. I think I had kind of explained that to you guys or talked to you guys about that. And I kept the whole litter, to see who was going to be the best dogs from it. And I got a couple 100-pound dogs out of that little girl, and I line bred her.
Dang.
So I'm wondering, throwing into an outcross to some bigger dogs behind her, and him. I'm expecting kind of the same thing. Being that it's like her great grandma or something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's his grandma. Yeah, his grandma, his dad's mom. So, and it's crazy because they look the same. Like it's almost like the dog reborn in black. It's like splitting image. It's wild, but we're excited. We're excited. So there's a few things coming up. But like I said, I take my time, and I'll probably keep pics from those with friends and family, and if you guys have some space, talk to me. Yeah. so,
Hello.
we can, I'm always always trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of finding homes
Don't
for
you
them and
tempt that
things like that.
man. Don't you
Because
tempt that
the
man.
last
I wish we had
the
homes.
last thing I need is a yard full of pups that need home and attention that I can't provide. Because I do. I got work too.
Oh yeah.
So I want to make sure that they're taken care of. And yeah, I was thinking maybe next summer
Carl
my
said,
boys will all.
space.
What's that?
Carl's like, I
Someone
got
put
space.
got space. Carl.
Got space.
Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carl's
I just
coming.
realized that my boys, my two younger boys, are they're home. Like during the summer, like they're home. My oldest boy's playing football
Yeah.
right now, so he's at practice during the day and stuff. And my other boys are home. I'm like, oh, dude, I might have some kennel workers. You know what I mean? I
Hey.
might have somebody to take care of it while I'm at work. So I'm just taking my time with it. But yeah, we definitely have some things coming up, and I'm definitely excited. I think they're going to be big things and probably some unexpected stuff. But you guys can ask me about it later.
I don't know. I'm down to ask you about it later for sure. Knowing that
For
it's
sure.
it's in the works. I'm digging it. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like I said, I don't do it often. So when I do, I just try to make it count.
Yeah.
That's So, I mean, that's the way to do it, very intentional. I like that you take your time with it, you do the research, you consider, and, you're okay with things that you're considering right now changing to something later before it's time.
Hey, dogs are
So
born
that way
every
you're
day.
making that decision.
Dogs are born every day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Pedigrees are built every day, thousands of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always it's always penciled in until it's
Right. Everything
until
is
it's not.
pencil. Yeah. But everything
Yeah,
in pencil until the day. You're like, and at that point, like, yeah,
big old fat
I
one
remember
too, big fat
a big
pencil.
fat
The
pencil.
ones
Make
that
sure there's a really healthy eraser on there. Don't
you
wear
know,
it out.
the
Uh,
ones the ones with the with that they teach the little kids with, the big old fat ones. That's it right there.
Yeah, number two. The number two. I got
The
one
number
right
two,
here
but
too.
they're the big thick ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah,
It's like the my
yeah.
first
This
yeah,
one like
literally,
that.
yeah. It's
yeah.
designed to make it easier for smaller hands. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need a bigger
it's
eraser.
Hold up, real quick, Bruce. You got hot sauce and a pencil at disposal. What else
Hey,
you got?
yeah. I was gonna
me
say,
and
wait a
Fred
minute.
on
Okay,
point,
remember when
man.
we said we were
Hey,
gonna have
me and
more
Fred.
questions for you?
Hey,
Me and
Bruce, I got
Fred
a
on
remote
point.
next to me. What you got a remote?
I got a remote to the fan, and that's about it right now. I'm at my
Yeah,
work.
but
I'm at
he's
my workbench.
in his
So
office. He's not in his bedroom,
yeah.
Bruce.
I love it, man. Just joking,
Poor
Bruce.
Bruce. He's blushing.
No, I
Bless you.
absolutely
How
love it,
funny.
man. Yeah.
No, I
Hey,
remember I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. This had to have been months and months and months ago. They were deciding on what stud they wanted to go with, and they had a few in mind, and they were looking months and months and months in advance. And they had been going back and forth between several studs, and they were kind of catching a little bit of flack for that. They're just like, "Oh, you're just indecisive, and you don't know what you want." And the funny thing is like the studs that she was choosing were pretty. I mean, they're pretty similar to a degree. Where like, I'm pretty sure she knew where she was trying to go. She just, if so many things factor into what you decide for your stud. It's location, access. It's the breeder. Is the breeder someone that you want to actually work with? I mean, so many things. And just like you said, new dogs are born every day. So it's just like, you've had a chance to kind of watch this dog develop, and you're like, okay, I liked where they were when they were 9 months old. I'm not liking where they are at 18. So it's like, she was catching flack for no reason, I think. And I was just like, no, you go ahead, you make the right decision. Like, take your time, choose between like 5 or 6 studs. It is okay to leave your options open until you literally are confident with what you're going to pick. I mean, not everybody's Caleb.
not everyone's Fred Duran. He's muted.
Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Fred.
Yes, but no,
Fred,
like,
you're
man,
muted.
I'm gonna come back off and come back on.
No, he's muted. All you gotta do is just hit
Off,
the mute
on.
button.
All right.
Yeah, he's going to hop off and come back on. Uh-oh. There, good. Oh,
What is
yeah,
that?
there it is.
Okay.
But yeah, Caleb, you have the tendency to kind of know in advance like where you're going, because again, you're playing like 3 steps ahead. So like,
4
but not
steps.
everybody can plan like you do. Some people are just like they're looking at 5 different studs.
Yeah. No, it's working,
It is,
but no.
and it works for your program. That's the best part about it. It works for you.
It's,
Oh,
that's
Adam's still
that,
looking for that's
that's
the piece
that's the
behind
secret.
it all.
That's the secret sauce right there. All right. Before she realizes that she's on there. That's the secret sauce. That's who holds all this together. I love it.
Mm,
She doesn't like it
don't
on
we?
camera, so when she sees that, she's gonna be mad. I have to walk out just in case when she finds out.
Get outside of reaching distance.
Yes. But hey, Fred, perfect timing. I love Adam's question. How important is it to have a backup plan? Fred, you breathe a little different, so I'm interested in your opinion on this, because it's not. I'll just let you answer.
For me,
I'm not.
once I make a decision, there's no plan B.
There we go.
I've thought so hard and so long about it, and I've been so I don't have one. That's just me.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's in God's time or it's not, you know? And I'm a firm believer, and if it was meant to happen, it'll be easy, and we'll make it happen, you know? I don't do the plan B thing really, because I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's just not my style. You know, I'm committed and I'm jumping. You know what I mean? I'm going, and that's I've really, if I've made a hard choice, I've made a hard choice. You know, so I'd rather hold off. I'd rather hold off, um, and I'd rather hold off on a breeding. You know, and than just go with another dog that I thought, oh, maybe this guy might do it too.
Yeah.
I'd hold off.
Yeah.
Go
Right.
back to the Go back to the drawing board and wait 6 months if I need to. You know.
Yeah.
I love the different answers that we get. And Fred, obviously, I want to pick your brain, and Adam does too, obviously, for the question. But I love that answer because a lot of people would sit there and say, you know, another stud. You know, a female's lifespan of breeding, the breeding lifespan is very short.
Yeah.
If you have a female that's very, very breed quality, you know, going back to, we call it the she-males, or, you know, the females that are really of what you're looking for with a male physique, you have a very limited breeding lifespan on her, not her lifespan, breeding lifespan.
Yeah.
So
It's just
utilize
a
those correctly.
short window. Yeah.
So don't misuse those. Make every breeding quality, not just to put another litter on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would just definitely, I've done it before, you know. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, there's no plan B. We'll just wait till we can make that happen, or go back to the drawing board and see if we can find something else, you know. But I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna really I'm not gonna do anything by, like, no fly by the seat of my pants deal. Like, I'm not gonna do anything in a rush. I'm not here to have puppies. I'm here to create nice dogs, you know.
There you go. I
So,
like that. No,
yeah.
that's perfect.
Yeah, we work. We work. I don't make a ton of money, but I mean, we work, and you know, I don't do it for a living. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's, if you don't have nice dogs, money don't come. So I focused on making nice dogs. You know what I mean? At the
There
end
you
of the day,
go. No,
if you look at
that's
it that way, it's like,
good.
even if you're here to make money, like, there's the market is so wide open, you know, and there's so many people that have puppies. There's millions of dogs all over the place. So if you don't have top tier or some of the nicest dogs out, then how are you really going to make money anyway? You know what I mean?
Right.
I
So focus on
love
the dogs, and the money will come.
what you just said, because that reaches every person that's really doing the breeding, whether they're doing it for money, which a lot of people are, or whether they're doing it for breeding. If you make nice dogs, regardless, money will come because
Money
a bull's going to be a
will
bull.
come.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
You
do this. I
you
don't
create the
obviously.
demand. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't do this, like, you know, to make
Yeah.
money. I don't do it for money, but I mean,
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't do it for free. You know what I mean? Money's not the motive. You know what I mean? But we have to have something to put back into it to make it make sense, to be able to do it again. You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
it helps. You know what I'm saying? It helps to keep it going and to be able to do those things, because it's financially taxing. It's energy. It's, you know, it's time,
The
money, and
intake's got to meet the outtake, and there's got to be a check and balances of it. Like, yes, and I'm not saying that, yes,
I
you
mean,
want, but you want
yes and no.
if the
You know
dog,
what I mean? Business wise, yes. You know, yeah. If we're here to do business, you know. But I guess it's just got to be. We got to be able to afford to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't take the time off of work to watch my pups for a week or two until they're right, like, I'm not doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The money will come if we have nice dogs, and we focus on the dogs and the genetics and breeding good dogs consistently. Everything else that we want, or everything else, you know, even if you're doing it for dogs, if you're doing it for money, you know, it applies both ways. If you have nice dogs, they'll come. Build it and they'll come, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Hey, I found a flashlight. I forgot I had that one. Come on, Julie, wake up, Julie.
Don't eat that one either,
Come on,
buddy.
sir. Don't you have to drink tonight? He's looking at
Yeah.
me all.
Keep him up so asleep. Yeah. Like
You been
Helios
drinking?
has been sleeping this entire time.
You been drinking?
And with the exception of when he
You been
woke up.
drinking?
hey, it looks like he's like, I might have had one or two.
Just one,
Oh.
just one.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
where are you
my
headed
God.
tonight, sir?
You know how fast you're.
Yeah, I got
Aw.
smelling heat.
Where
The first question is
were
always
you the night of? Yeah.
the first question is always where are you headed tonight, or where are you coming from?
Yeah.
My answer is always either to or from church.
Do you know why I stopped you? I love that. Do you know why I stopped you?
I don't know.
It's my
Mm-mm.
favorite because the answers could be so good. You'd end up in jail, but the answers could be so good.
You know what? Funny, funny enough, I had a police officer pull me over one time, and I asked him why he pulled me over, and he told me, "I don't like the way you look." And you know what my response
The
was?
Oh,
honesty.
I
yeah.
chuckled and I said, "What? I'm not cute enough for you?"
The beers.
I was driving. I was really young. I think I was like 21, 22. I was driving with an expired license, and he took my car that day.
All right. I was gonna say waiting on response.
That was
How
like
did
a
that go
$600
for you?
response, I think. And at 20 years ago, $600 was a lot, dude. You know,
Yeah.
for a broke kid, for a broke 21-year-old. You know, I was like
Golly.
21,
Now the
22.
21-year-old without a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh,
God.
that worked out well. That's well played. Oh man.
And then funnier thing, right? That guy stayed working for the PD. I never forgot his face. I never forgot his name because I
Right.
kind of had it out for him. I was like, what a jerk, you know? And I just always remembered him. And then he came out on this TV show like that was like from MTV or something like that. It was like a cops spinoff on MTV or something. So I remembered him. I always remembered him. My brother, he's my wife's brother-in-law. My wife's sister's husband
Yeah.
became a police officer like a year or two ago. That was his mentor, like his sponsor.
Yeah.
And and I see him like at family parties, like the baby showers, like the thing. I see him, right, and
The cop.
I've never had the heart to bring it up to him.
Oh, you should.
I did tell my wife and the sister-in-law. You know what I mean?
Oh
You really
But
need
yeah,
to. At one point, you really need to be like, "Am I cute enough for you now?"
yeah.
nah. And you know probably why. Um, I believe that he's into dudes.
Oh yeah, maybe
Oh,
don't ask him that. Not much.
I've been
Not much
told,
of
you
the
know,
limit
like
to get
I've
off
been
that.
don't
told
do it.
that. It's not something that I
Don't
just
do it,
like feel
Fred.
like. But so imagine how I look. Like, am I cute enough for you now? Knowing that in the back of my head, you know, he probably don't know I know, but like, you know what I mean? Imagine me
Don't
coming
do
out
it.
and saying that to him after
It's
having a
so
beer
fun
or
and
two.
games
Like,
till you find out he
Yeah,
swings
yeah.
that way, and you're
He'd
like,
be like,
"Oh,
oh, so you've been looking too. Yeah,
it's
when the
like,
police,
oh yeah, you
hey,
have
police
to like
officer,
ask him.
okay.
It's like, oh wait, never mind.
swing some cups at
Oh,
me.
Oh my gosh. A pup
No,
back.
bro, no. So needless to say, I just haven't said anything. You know, it's just like, oh man, no wonder he was so offended that day. That's what I told
Oh my
myself. That's what I said. You
goodness.
know, that was my response to being told that. You know.
Yeah.
Lord
Oh my God,
Jesus.
yeah.
Let's get back to dogs because he's probably got someone handcuffed up right now. But
I mean, he's a cool guy for what I know now. You know, but whatever.
oh yeah,
I know, right?
yeah. Lord.
Adam Fields is wanting to know when you're going to move to the southeast, Fred.
Oh, I'm a California kid. I don't know.
Never. Yeah, well,
No, maybe to visit. I'd love to visit. I'd love to go out and judge a show or go out and show some dogs or something and get to meet the community out there because I've never been out to the southeast. I've been to like Delaware and next month. Shout out to Danny, Mr. Second to None, Danny Cervantes. He's gonna have me out at the Bulcella show,
Yeah.
or it's at the I think that's what it's called. But
Bullies of the East,
there's a
right?
flyer on my page. Beast
Yeah.
of the East, yeah, Beast of the East.
Beast of the
I
East.
did the
Yeah,
bull,
yeah.
I did the one of the Bulcellas before, and he's having me back now. But yeah, Beast of the East coming up September 14th in York, Pennsylvania. So that's the place to be. September 14th. Come on out. Shout out to
Are you
Danny and
flying
the.
or
I'm
driving?
flying out. I wouldn't. I don't have the time. I wish I had the time to drive across country because
All
I
right.
you
would.
don't want to do.
The reason why I was asking is to see if your family was coming because if you're driving, expected the family. I want to see Dooley because I would love to come. I've talked to a lot of people. Fred, I want to put Genesis right in front of you.
Yeah, I'd love to see him.
Oh
Yes.
man, yeah. He is.
But I was
I
hoping
grab
to
dogs
do
by
it
the
at the
cheeks.
same time. That's why I was asking. But no. it's just we've talked a lot about it and just the dogs, and man, I would love to see Dooley.
Yeah.
But at some point will. But yeah, Beast of the East, September 14th. Man.
Yeah, I'll
Fred
be out
Durant,
there in York,
catch me up.
Pennsylvania. Like I said, a couple years ago, I was out in Delaware. But I'd love to get out to Florida and the Virginias and, somewhere out that way.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida got some really, really big shows that they do,
Mhm.
especially in like the Pensacola, Jacksonville, those two areas. They
Yeah.
like the Panhandle. They do some pretty good shows.
Yeah,
Every year.
the WBA just had a show out there. I judge for the WBA as well. And they just had a show out there recently that I heard was really nice too. So I'd love to get out to like the Southeast.
Alabama.
If you guys have any show hosts that you guys know, and for whatever registry, I'm not tied to one or anything. But if it makes sense, and if I need to do any training or get onto a program with them to make it out there, I'm always game to learn. I'm always game to expand, and I'd love to go see the most I can. So I think I told you guys like that's how I kind of got after the judging was, this guy came from here, he got taken care of, he gets to go see the dogs and he gets paid to do it. Like, please take me, like take me. How do I get that job? So
Right.
now that I have it, I'm just yeah. Please take me. I'd love to get paid to see dogs all over the country. Like
Sounds terrible. I would never want to do that.
I don't like airports. I don't like I'd rather travel. I'd rather drive personally. I love the road. I love being in my car. I love to drive with music and the wind, and I love it. I don't like airports because I feel like they bring the worst out of people. I really feel like they bring the worst out of people. I've had this like every time I travel, I think about it, and I'm like, why are people so rude? Why are people in such a like why are people all stressed? Why are people act like? I think it's because that they think they're never gonna see these people again. They have no accountability. There's no integrity. They're just pushing and shoving and getting to where they want to be and just being rude about it. And so when I go through airports, I just really make it a point to get there extra early, to take my time, to smile and say hi to the people that are working
Where I need to go and I
TSA.
stick around and I just ignore everyone else,
What's up, everybody? Oh, no, go ahead in front of me. Like, go ahead. It's just me, it's just me. You're traveling with 3 or 4 people. Like, they're all trying to get somewhere, and I'm just,
Yeah.
And then I see
I'm getting out of everybody's way. I ain't messing with it. No way.
Yeah, the people on the people at the desks, the people at TSA, the girls that are doing the flight attendants and things like that, the stewardesses, and I'm just smiling, having a good. And you know how many times like I've been thank you for being nice, thank you for smiling, thank you for like being cool, because they don't see it. So I just really go out there and try to be the change that I want to see. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that it makes a difference. So that's the only thing I think that like makes it manageable, is trying to get people to smile and to chill, and it's a challenge because everybody's just going.
Oh yeah. I mean, there are certain places that I purposefully will act as like almost annoyingly friendly as humanly possible. The DMV being one of them. Like, I am so nice to those employees. Like, I woke up there and I'm all smiles and I'm just like cracking jokes with them, trying to make it so that their day doesn't suck for that, like however many minutes they have to deal with me. Certain grocery stores during rush hour, and then obviously, airport, I'm like super friendly. It's just one of those things where it's like you never know that like that could be the only nice person
all day
that day that you go with.
All day.
And I'm just like, if it's me, then it's me. But at the same time, it's just like they're gonna at least meet one freaking nice person today.
Yeah.
At least one.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Focusing on it and like really making an effort and being intentional with that, I think it makes it manageable. Like it makes it doable. It's not so hard on me,
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, not that I'm like doing it on purpose to annoy anybody. It's just more like, I'm gonna make an effort to try to be bright today. I'm gonna get here extra early. I don't like to be late. I don't like to be in a rush, and I don't like to stress for nothing. I'm the guy that gets there 15 minutes early for work. I might sit on my phone and Facebook for 10 minutes before I get out of my car while I'm at work, like.
Because I know I'm already there, so,
I'm chilling. Like, I'm big chilling. Like, there's no reason. I think that's the worst thing. I think that's how people get into accidents. That's how, like, I'm cruising,
But hey, you know what? I'm gonna bring all this to fruitation because I love what we're talking about, but I think airports a direct representation of the world we live in. It's a bunch of people really just greed and just selfishness trying to get to the front of the line, and that falls into the bully world as well because the bully world is people, and that's the world we live in.
Yep.
So everyone's really just trying to get to the front of the line when we really, if we just take our time and really just smile and be positive and
Yeah. Help
greet
each
people, we can
other.
make a
Yeah.
beautiful thing about it. But again, I think the airport's just a representation of people, and that's the breed. Because again, instead of tarnishing people, how about we just really just talk to people? You know, instead of trying to get in front of the line, how about we just do the work to get there early, to sit there and wait, the patience.
Yeah.
So again,
Figure out if the work you're doing is really the work you need to be doing. And you know, the only way you're going to find that out is by talking to somebody else who's done that work and then like, hey, how did you get this, like, to the front of the line? Like, how did you do it?
exactly.
And then being the person that's willing to tell them how. That's the other one, is because you
Yes.
can find mentors for days, but you got to find the right mentor.
Oh
Find
yeah,
you gotta
everyone's
good
trying to be a mentor
There's a
because everyone's trying to
difference.
get your money, but the right mentor that really wants to represent the breed and represent you instead of representing themselves, or instead of bringing a dollar to their pocket, just really trying to better the breed. And that's the people we try to get on tonight. And Fred, as soon as we saw you on, that's why we're like, well, shoot, let's get them on.
Yeah.
You know, because you're a direct representation of what you're talking about, and I love what you're talking about because, and like I said, I wanted to bring it to fruitation, really bringing it back to the dogs, because what you're talking about with the airport, that's just in life, and I love that that's your life mindset, because in your dog, in your program, it's the same mindset.
Yeah.
Like let's not be the first to line. Let's smile at each other, and let's let the other person go in front, because I'm patient. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So.
that I heard somebody say once is the way you do something is the way you'll do everything.
I like that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
You know, so just try to do it well, and it'll become a habit. You know.
Yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, doing
I
my
like
best.
that.
I'm doing my best. You know, I have three boys. I have three young men to raise, so I'm trying to be the best example that I can. You know, and just really you know, growing up, I didn't listen to any advice. I just or follow any advice, take any advice. I just as I got older, I realized that I followed examples. We do what we see, and we mimic what we see works. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
so I think it's important in everything. You know, in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
Well,
love that mindset though. I do.
yeah. No,
Lead
thank
by
you.
example.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's the way to. I think it's the way to do it, and I'm just so grateful for everything and to be where I'm at today. So I think the least I could do is you know, try to pay it forward. You know,
Okay.
the least. If how now what do we do? Just sit back and enjoy it? No, we pass it on to others so that, you know, God willing, we can make a bigger impact.
Well, yeah, we're not going to be here forever.
Yeah, even
We're
through
not going to
others.
be here
You know.
forever. Like,
Yeah. No.
let's
No.
be
Not my.
passing torches
Yeah.
here. Like, we're trying to make sure that, you know, we leave it better than we found it. And hopefully, you know, the people that we're mentoring are going to do the same thing for the next, you know, and this breed's going to continue, you know, past when we're done with
Yeah.
it. So it's like,
Yeah.
If we leave money and material things, they'll wither. It'll get spent. But the things that are you know, really important are the things that I try to focus on, the things that are generational, the things that don't, you know, values and love, you know what I mean, and memories, I think are the important things. I think that's what we should focus on, you know, is the stuff that's going to last, not just through not just, you know, through my kids, but theirs as well, you know, God willing, they'll be passing that stuff on too. um, and I think I've been more adamant in it and more focused in it more, and it's been like more in my face. I work with adults with um, developmental,
everything.
yeah, handicap. So um, these people, I realize on a daily basis, they do not care what you look like, they don't care what you smell like, they don't
Yeah.
care what you wear, they don't care what you have, what kind of car you drive, if you ride a skateboard to work. They don't care. You know,
Oh, those shit doesn't
I
matter.
could shave half of my face, bro, and go show up like that with boogers coming out and not showered for a week, and
Oh,
they won't care. All they care about is how you make them feel and how you
yeah.
treat them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
the things that matter, you know, like really the things that matter. So I get reminded every day. I'm very, very fortunate that I get reminded these things every day, and I get to follow that example that's being set for me by these people every day. You know what I mean? I'm
That's
really, really blessed in what I do. Um,
yeah.
so shout out to them, and thank God for the, for the heart, the open heart to understand and to be able to see those types of things, that kind of discernment that, that that I've been blessed with, to be able to see what's from him and what's not, you know, what's important and what's not. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Thank you guys all for smiling. Everybody's like, yeah. I didn't come out here to preach or anything, but shoot, while we're here.
No, it's a fantastic. That's a fantastic, message and perspective. And no, absolutely. I mean, it's something that may seem, small to some, but it's a massive part of your life and who you've become. So, that's that's
Yeah, yeah.
that's immeasurable.
Yeah, no, without that, there is no Fred Durand and Dooley. There is
Right.
no Saki Bomb. There is no, you know what I mean? There isn't those things. Those are all just fruit, you know, from that tree, from that vine. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I really, like I said, that's why I kind of have to say it every time I get an opportunity, because it's not from me. And I understand, and I've seen over and over how, pride comes before the fall. I mentioned it to you guys last time I was on. Pride comes before the fall, and I've seen people's own dogs and own yards like humble a loud man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, we just got to be grateful and know where it comes from. You know,
Oh yeah.
and recognize it. Because as quick as we've been had it, you know, as quick as it's been given to us, it can be taken too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Enjoy it while you got it, and make everything intentional.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I don't see another way. I don't see another way.
I love
But yeah,
I love it, and I love your content. I love your program, man.
thank you,
Oh yeah.
Seriously, I've followed you for a long time, and it's getting better.
thank you.
Seriously, you deserve those accolades. You deserve those flowers, Wyatt. Man,
Yes, sir.
a lot of people wait until it's done. No, your content's getting better. Your dogs are getting even better. Like you said, you're fine tuning even just a very, 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 very nice dog.
Thank you.
So I love it. The
Thank you.
positive attitude, the paying it forward. I see you very active on a lot of boards and things like that, and it's educational. So you bring a positive impact. You jumping on tonight, literally spur of the moment. This was not
Not playing at all, you guys.
supposed to happen tonight at all, but what a finish and what a word that you brought tonight, like in life in general and dogs, but just positive.
Yeah.
Like, man. So thank you. I
Yeah,
really
no,
appreciate
no,
it.
thank you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having me and giving me a place to speak and to be able to share. You know, I think it's important because, like I said, that's all we're gonna leave at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like this what we leave. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, and I kind of getting back to the dogs too, man. I can't wait till you drop that Douce litter. I'm really excited to see it because he's an awesome dog, bro. And I know your girl brings a lot to the table. And I'm really, really happy for you. I'm really excited that to see what they do for you, because I know that you're going to be taken care of in that aspect. You know.
Oh no, I definitely appreciate that. And
Yeah.
man, go on record, best Douce breeding yet. Him and Raven, it matches up perfect. Douce's throwing some very nice dogs, and I got a breeding out
Raven's
there.
a
But
girl, man.
Douce
That is
and
a hard
Raven, it was
fucking.
picture perfect. So yeah,
Can I get a
Yeah,
female, bro?
I think she's got what it takes to bring the best out of him. You
yes,
know, pedigree wise and physically, phenotypically, she's an awesome girl too. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they do for you, because I know it's going to be nice.
absolutely. I
I,
appreciate that. I can't wait to add Zeus, and I can't wait for this breeding either. But yeah.
You already know it. We're here.
Yeah, but no. We're definitely gonna talk, man. I love your boy Zeus, and I just pick fun at you just to show just what you've done with the breedings that you've done and just the fine tuning again.
Yeah.
Man, Zeus, Dooley, man, just grand champion, grand champion. It's love what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Zeus has a brother that I kept too. And he's just the other way across town. I haven't taken updated pictures of him. But people are going to be surprised, I think, when I update the photos of him.
I
Because
can
I
dig
see
it.
him he's in a guardian home. I see him all the time through the Instagram. He's a buddy of mine's, and he's spending life on the couch. And I actually, if I had to pick between the two, like,
Don't do it. Don't you say it, man. Take it
everybody likes something
That's
different. You
always
know
the
what I
worst.
mean?
It's like, oh man, I homed the wrong dog.
Because if you say that,
No,
the
that's why
market's
that's
gonna
why
wonder.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody. If I don't know if I'd mentioned this to you, but like two girls, and there was 9, 10 puppies in that litter. 9 or 10 puppies in that litter in Hannah and Dooley,
Hmm.
and four of them are still around. You know what I mean? Like four out of those, and yeah. So I had to. I couldn't. I was like, it's not just one girl.
Yeah,
It's like that one or that one, and that
yeah.
one and this one, and we were fortunate to have some folks that believe in what we do and are willing to keep dogs as pets. You know what I mean? And be the guardian home. So
I
I
love it.
can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
I'm really really
Oh,
fortunate to have those people, yeah, backing me because it wouldn't be doable. It wouldn't be doable. I can't do it by
Yeah,
myself. But yeah, his name's Rocky, and he's a dope dog. He's black.
yeah.
He's a black dog. I'm telling you, like the sweetest dog, super cool, super playful, like, and they kept his ears.
Yeah.
So he's crazy. He's crazy. Super
oh,
athletic, really bully, nice and
pictures.
compact. Yeah, I'll shoot you some in a minute.
Oh, that's
I'll
amazing.
shoot you some, but I gotta
I
get
can't
some. I
wait.
gotta get some new ones of them. But the ones that I have them are funny. They put him like at Halloween. They put him in a T-Rex outfit, and he looks
Perfect.
all he's
Uh,
pissed.
I love it. Oh my God, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
for the pictures, Fred. That's
yeah.
gonna be
I
I'm
love
out.
them. I love him. So yeah, I'm gonna God willing get some new photos of him as soon as we can. I was gonna try to do it this weekend, but um, I have a photo shoot for Dooley lined up this weekend with some really really. I don't want to spill all the beans, but this weekend we have some plans to take some pictures of the boy with a really special photographer, and I'm really looking forward to it because this photographer has been around a really long time, and I kind of idolize that photographer as one of the people who really inspire. I think I have a style of photography and pictures that I like to take, and the way I
Yeah.
take them. And obviously, I always take them in my front yard. So I take a lot of them. I should say 95% of them are in my yard because I'm where I'm comfortable with in the dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
So um, they've inspired me in a real big way. So I'm really really excited to get my dog in front of the lens and in front of their lens.
So they inspired
And
you with your photography, and now they're coming to your yard to take photography of your
yeah,
dogs. Awesome,
That's
man. That's
yes.
that's cool.
And now they're asking, and this happened with Zeke too,
Yeah.
who has a documentary TV.
Mhm.
He used to do Bully Badass DVDs. Bro, I collect them.
Yeah.
I had all his DVDs. He was doing like the Atomic Dog stuff, and like before that, like the Bully Badass and burning DVDs and selling them at shows and stuff. You know what I mean? And I was always like, yes, Zeke. And then one day he asked about on Facebook or something. He asked about dogs in Southern California, and somebody tagged me in it. And then he hit me up and wanted to come to my house, and I was like completely starstruck.
Heck yeah.
And it was really cool. We did a few videos
Fangirling.
together, and yeah, we did a couple. We collabed a couple times, and he really put me on the YouTube scene. You know what I mean? And he's a big reason why I don't have a website, because that's what everybody tells me. Like, hey, I saw you on YouTube. Like, you have dogs and boop boop boop.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was at a basketball camp with my program participants last week.
Yeah.
Um, and this guy approached me randomly, and he was like, "Hey, you're Fred, right?" Um, I said, "Yeah, we met, dude. I'm sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, I saw you on YouTube. You got dogs, right? I love Dooley." And I'm like, "Wild,
You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah."
That is
My wife
me.
makes fun of me because I've been stopped by a random dude like in Ross one time. It's like shopping for clothes, and this guy comes up to me, "Hey, you're Fred Duran," and I'm like, "I am. Nice to meet you. What's your name?" "I saw you on YouTube," and I'm like, "Oh, dude." I'm all red, I'm all flushy.
No, 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 look at me. Oh
It's
God.
funny. It's funny. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
so shout out to Zeke for putting me on and coming to my house and highlighting my dogs and stuff. And so I'm really looking forward to working with this photographer this weekend. Iconic in the bully game, and
I'm
on the
yeah.
West Coast, iconic on the West Coast. And I think once you guys see it, you'll go, oh.
I know, because my mind is
I'll
wondering.
be
I
excited
counted
to
on
see
the
that
West
too.
Coast photography. I know, Amanda, your mind is wondering.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey,
So yeah,
Fred. Hey, last thing I'm gonna say, man. Hey, I love that, and I love that you're getting stopped by people in the community because, man, your voice is being heard. Your impact is being. We were just talking about that. It's not what you do. How you make people feel. It's not what you have, not the material possessions. It's really how you make people feel and the lasting impact. So somebody coming up to you in Ross, someone coming up to you at different places and knowing who you are, you obviously had a lasting impact on them because imagine how many YouTube videos or shows or whatever they've watched since then, but you had a lasting impact where they remembered you.
or
So
they just remember my mug, dude. It's like this all the time, you know. So, but no, thank you. All jokes aside, thank you. Yeah.
yes, that was very humble and beautiful beard. I can't grow it. Like they're gonna remember this. They're gonna remember this if they ever see it. So I'm with you.
Like, dude, they just remember, you know. But yeah, yeah, and you know what?
Oh,
It's a huge blessing. Like, um, I think when I've had it happen a few times, more than a couple. You know, when I'm at a show and the last time it happened, it was really awesome for me. I walked away and I was like, "Oh, that was dope." You know,
yeah.
like I had to walk away and
Right.
tell, like, to the point where I had to walk away and tell somebody. I was like, "Dude, that was so rad." I was sitting ringside with Dooley, like literally sitting in my chair, bro. Like I pulled up my chair up to the side of the ring with Dooley, and I was just watching the show go on, and just enjoying myself. I was by myself, and a couple of buddies were in a booth, 10, 15 yards away.
Yeah.
And I had two young men approach me and go, "Excuse me, sir, like you're Fred, right? Fred Duran, Mr. Fred, boop, 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 and I really love what you do. Like I'm starting to get into this. And, I'm talking like 19 to 20 years old at the most, and,
Yeah.
they took picture they took turns taking their picture with
Heck
me,
yeah.
and like for me to be able to influence them, and I do my best to have a positive influence and promote reverence to the dogs, and respect for the breed and the people who've done it before us, and to push it, just like you said, to leave it better than we found it. And um, that's what does it for me, the youngsters coming up and to be able to leave something, to have that positive impact and for people to recognize me in that light is such a blessing, and it motivates me and it drives me to continue to want to be good and to keep the integrity strong.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So shout out to those young men. It's been a little while since that happened. But I don't get out very often, but when it does happen, it's like, man, that's awesome. It was really
Like I said,
rad.
like right in the feels. You're like, oh, all
Yeah,
right, that's
it's like,
what I do.
you see
Yeah.
what happened? They're like, okay, you're YouTube famous, whatever, Fred. When I go tell somebody, but
No, I mean, that's
yeah,
but still because it was impactful. It's not like, hey, I saw you on YouTube.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. It
no,
was, it was
there
totally,
was a real deep impact that you had on
yeah,
this person or those people, multiple, and it's just like, yeah, no, you're meant to feel that. Like that's
yeah,
not an arrogance. That's not something to
yeah,
no, that'll
yeah,
actually humble you more than it will
yeah.
anything else.
To be able to be a positive inspiration and to be able to inspire the younger guys to want to do something well and do something good and pay attention to the things that matter, and leave something like long lasting.
Yeah.
I
That's what it's
like
all
it.
about. Like I said, I want to pay it forward, and that tells me, that it's happening too. So it's a real big blessing when that stuff happens.
Absolutely. That is a calling being fulfilled.
Thank
Fred,
Yeah.
you.
respect, man. Seriously.
Like I said, I'm always game.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm here. The last thing I want to do is show up one day and they say, "Well, why didn't you do this or why didn't you answer when I called?" And I'm talking about him, like,
Yeah.
why didn't you answer the phone, or why didn't you pick up? Why didn't you show up? Like, you had one job, bro. Show up.
that's right.
Yeah. I
so,
love
so
it, man.
yeah, yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely a blessing. Julie, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm gonna jump off here. Bruce, I know this is like an hour and a half past your bedtime. Amanda, 30 minutes past yours. I know y'all, but hey, I gotta get off here.
All good.
Get to bed. It's 10:30 here. But man, I love this talk. Man, Fred, thank you so much for jumping on.
Of course,
Oh yeah.
Man, love
anytime.
the interaction from the comments tonight. And man, thank y'all for everything you're doing. I'm talking to everyone that I'm looking at and everyone that's listening.
No, thank
Oh
you,
yeah.
thank you. I realized like I'm on the West Coast and it's like 8:30. You guys are pushing it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So no, thank you guys for hearing me out and staying up with me and of course obviously the invite, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate what you guys do and I try to tune in as often as I can with you guys and check it out and you know I try to stay in tune so
Oh yeah.
We appreciate
and up to
that.
date. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
no. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing what you do and I appreciate you all. Thank you for the questions and all the positive responses, everybody in the comments and stuff. Thank you. You guys can always reach out to me. Now that you guys have me right here, you guys know where to find me. My inbox is always open, and like I said, I'm always game. Hit me up. Let's talk dogs. You know, you guys need anything, holler at me.
I
Love
need
it.
a
You can
pup.
always expect you
I need a
guys.
pup, Fred.
Hey, the inbox is open, my man. The inbox is
You
open.
know
Get
where
with
to
me.
find him. You
Yeah,
just
you know
said
where to
it,
find
buddy.
me. That's what I'm saying. Get with me. My inbox is always open. You
There
guys
we
get with
go.
me, and we'll try to do. You know, I'll do my best, and if I don't have it, I'll point y'all in the right direction. So let me know what's up. You
Great.
guys already know what
All
to
right.
get from me. What you get. What you see is what you
Yeah.
get right here. So, uh,
Uh,
much love. Thank you
Love
guys.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
it, man. All right,
All
you.
good
right.
night.
You guys
All right.
have a great rest of your night.
Sure.
Share your wig, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.